We're live.
Oh, shit.
Welcome, everybody, to the Defenders of Kobold here on our home turf. We are going to be playing some BFRPG tonight, doing my Velaren campaign. What happened last session? We learned some stuff about the big city. You guys made it to Polis. Jake got resurrected.
Not until after we got dinner, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Toted around learning some plot, met a younger version of Ingram, who's the villain, or the first villain of the previous campaign. Previous campaign and a half. Yeah, you guys did a whole bunch of stuff in the city. Found that you're looking for... I have his name written down somewhere. Looking for a wizard kid. Jeremy. I named him Jeremy. That's right.
Why are you going to kill somebody, Joe?
The what?
Did he
have? It was like... Wrote down. I want to say it was like 8,000 for his semesters. We don't know how much gold he ended up owing, but we know from his dad that he had saved up only a few hundred.
Yeah.
And had told him that's all he needed. And you went to the school, learned that it was significantly more than just a few hundred, but it had been paid.
And it was also paid partially in, or mostly in platinum, according to my notes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So it's very expensive school, and the particular course and load that he was doing is also part of why it was so expensive. He definitely wasn't doing the cheapest curriculum. So that's fishy. But yeah, farmer's kid Jeremy is missing. You found an old man that was trying to put up missing posters, who was getting harassed by some thugs that were trying to interrupt him, who claimed they had it under control and they were doing their best to find him. But they sounded pretty shady.
Yeah, we're pretty sure they're where he is.
Yeah. Definitely seemed like they were involved in that whole thing. And that was part of what they were trying to silence. But you took up the case, and I believe we ended with Jake being resurrected at the end of the day, because you guys had forgot that he was dead the whole time. Including me, I forgot he was dead too. So he's back up with some big ears and sleep paralysis demon. And
and then
ready to tackle the world.
For the book that we don't have anymore.
Oh, right, yeah. He has some form of contract or something. He's tied to that book in some way. You guys learned more about those books that have like the glass eyes in them, that they are kind of a mental phylactery of sorts, where wizards who don't do the full like lich conversion process, but still want to extend their life, will... usually they're able to nail the physical body part, but not the mental part. So this is just the mental... it's a way to lock your mental state to this book. And as long as you have that book in your possession, you should be good to go. But if it gets separated or the wizard dies or something, the book still remains with the knowledge. But it looks for a new host. And not exactly a painless process getting that transferred, but seems to have taken a liking to Jake as he made physical contact with it and then died, but still likes him. So Jake got a vision from the book as well, he got a vision where he was able to see through the eye of it laying in the table in the basement of that converted church library that Ingram's at. So it definitely seems to still be calling to him. I think we left off with you guys going to sleep. You're going to wake up this morning and head out to more of the outskirts of town, where you're going to meet with Arthur and Boris, two of Jeremy's friends.
Yes. And we slept for the night, so I get to recover a hit point.
Correct. Long rest.
And unfortunately, I think we were going to take Garfrey over to Ingram's house because he had requested us to do so.
Yes. Yeah, because he did say if your friend ever comes back that he would like to speak with him.
Yep.
Because he doesn't know very many people that have interacted with the book. So yeah, you can do that pretty much whenever. And then you can also catch Arthur and Boris. You're told that they're usually busy all day, but you can catch them either really late in the day or really early in the morning.
Yeah, I think we're going for early in the morning, if I recall.
Yeah. Might as well.
All right. So, you guys make it out. You remember the directions that Jeremy's father gave you the previous day. It's a pretty large area, but it's not hard to navigate. It's just, really spread out farm properties. And these are all the agriculture sectors that kind of keep this large city fed, and it's the majority of all that. And it's when you start approaching the farm that you're told that Arthur and Boris would be at, you immediately notice two younger kids that probably look like they're in their late teens, and they seem to be running after a loose cow. And you see that pretty much probably from like a mile out almost as you're approaching. But as you're getting nearer and nearer, it seems like they're kind of in the area. So you might be able to infer that it's probably them.
Eldritch Blast.
Having a problem
wrong game.
catching this car or this cow.
Well,
So-
let's go catch a cow and ingratiate ourselves to these assholes.
It's not a bad plan.
And
Yeah,
if we fuck it up real bad, we might get a free meal out of it. Who wants some fresh beef?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, you
is
guys
there
make it
really
up.
any losing?
You're at the house. You don't see anyone there, but you hear the yelling of these two kids. They're out running around. It seems to be a few are loose, actually, as you're pulling up. So they seem to be chasing one, and then occasionally one of them will break off and try and get another one. And it looks like there's a section of the fence that seems to have been damaged. And
Are
there's
the
few that are-
cows on the outside of the fence or the inside of the fence?
outside the fence. So it looks like
Okay.
most of them are there's kind of like a big group of them that they seem to be like slowly making their way to this hole in the fence, but it looks like only 3 have made it through, and these 2 are just kind of hopelessly trying to corral them back. And every time as they get closer with one, another one seems to slip away. They're just barely keeping it up.
Well, maybe somebody can go kind of get that fence put back together, and the rest of us can help them gather these.
Absolutely.
I want to go put a cow in a headlock.
All right.
Just run up.
Absolutely.
And
so
drag
are you
it
gonna
back
go
over.
are you gonna go for one of the cows that they are actively chasing, or
One
are
of
you
the
gonna
other
go
ones,
for
catch 'em by
one of the other
surprise.
ones? Okay. All right. Trying to be bold. So, yeah, give me just a
A strength test.
yeah. I'll make this a strength test.
I got a 19.
Ooh, nice.
That is definitely enough. So you run up. This cow almost bolts a little bit. It seems to kind of be, since this one isn't being chased by the 2, it's just kind of grazing along the outside of this road. As you come up, it gets a little bit startled, starts to run off, but you instantly like get your arm wrapped around it and pull it to the side, and it seems to stop resisting. And you're able to maneuver it back over to the fence. So
That's
who's
right.
going to be working on the fence here?
I'll step into the hole in the fence and just sort of try and intimidate them back.
Okay. Sure.
you go.
Give me a Charisma? Or could argue like you're doing Intimidate.
Well, I'm just trying to kind of block up the hole with my body and my axe.
Okay.
Kind of shove him back.
Trying to stop him from coming through. That'd be another strength test.
All right. Ooh.
All right. So you you position
That
yourself.
has gone poorly.
You kind of wedge yourself there as the others, I imagine, are coming up alongside of you. As you kind of grab both sides of the fence, a cow tries to run by you. And
Do your
let's
best
see,
Spider-Man impression.
depending on how this roll goes.
No, Toby, no.
All right, Eddie.
Yes.
Your character's a halfling, aren't they? Or are they?
No, my character's a dwarf.
A dwarf.
I am a dwarf.
Dwarf. All right.
How dare
So-
you call me acting?
You have your hands up, like trying to,
Yes,
bridge
I know.
the
I'm
gap.
sure.
And as this cow charges you, headbutts you, you roll over to the back of it, and you're now sitting on the back of this cow, facing backwards as it runs off.
Oh no, my wee legs can't reach the ground. Somebody come get me.
I might just walk over and pick one of the fence boards up and just put it back.
Okay. Give me a either a wisdom or intelligence.
Oh, I'm bad at both of them.
It's a pretty low check.
Good
All
enough.
right, yeah, fine. You pick it up and you're pretty quickly able to figure out how to slot it back in, and you get it repaired to the point where it's not going to let them continue to spill out. All right, and then that leaves Jake, I guess. So, hole's been punched back up. There's still the two cows that Boris and Arthur are chasing. Seems like Chuck's got his under control, but now there is another cow carrying Eddie away. It still seems to be spooked with Eddie on its back.
I'll see if I can't maneuver in some sort of a fashion to see where it's running, and then try to not cut it off, but spook it into another direction by blowing on my whistle.
Okay. Trying to corral it in a sense.
Yeah.
I'll let you make an intelligence or a wisdom on that.
All right. I'll go with intelligence. Okay.
7. So I'm going to roll contested on that. See if its fear kind of overpowers, which it does. So you go over, you blow the whistle. Its ear like perks. It seems to react to it a little bit, but not enough that it knocks him off course. And he continues
Joe?
to plow out.
I've got my axe on my back. I'm on this thing's back.
Okay.
Norhulin is going to stand up on its back and just
All right.
try and hit it in the back of the head with the flat of his axe. He's not trying to chop its head off, just knock it out.
Just trying to just stun it. Okay.
Just stun it and knock it to the ground.
Sure. Give me a strength.
You stunned
Or
me
you
tonight,
can make an
boys.
attack. Make an attack. It's you handling your weapon.
That is a
Oh, that
22.
hits. Absolutely.
To the ground, you damn beast.
So, you whack it, and it goes limp, and its front legs kind of buckle in, slides. Give me a dexterity save now,
Oh boy.
or check.
Oh no. Oh no.
We'll just see what happens to you.
17.
All right, you're fine. You're able to catch yourself and land your footing. But you now have this cow. Not it's not running away. I guess it's you'll have to probably wake it up or something a little bit to get it corralled back in.
While it's on the
But
ground, I'll
he's
take out
not
my
making it any
rope.
worse.
While he's on the ground, I'll take out my rope and go ahead and just tie a lead to his neck.
Okay, great.
Good
That way
thinking.
we
do
have
so
something to
pretty
grab
easily.
hold of.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Chuck, you're able to get it corralled back in through the little gate door. There's enough of you there with Dan and everything that won't be too hard to get that working. So now there's just the two running out in the field. I'm going to make 2 checks for them. I'm rolling hot tonight. So looks like Boris and Arthur both do very well on their checks. So you kind of all meet back up at this hole, and they seem very winded, but they're dragged back, and they're about ready to like shout and to see what's. Yeah, they seem kind of confused that you guys are there, but they're quickly able to see that you guys are helping, that you've put the fence back together, and they're like, "Oh, thanks a lot, guys. I don't know how this hole came about, but thanks." And they get them pushed back in. And they're like, after looking over you guys for a little bit, it's clear that you're not farmers. They say, "You traveling into the city? What brings you out here?"
Any chance that you're Boris and Arthur?
Oh, that's us. Wait, why?
We want to talk to you about Jeremy.
And you see they kind of like freeze a little bit at that, and their eyes grow real big.
Just so you're aware there, pals, we were hired by Jeremy's dad to try and find where he's at.
And they don't immediately calm down, but they kind of let that sink in for a little bit. Like, okay, you said his dad. Is he still trying to put up his signs?
Yeah.
I figured.
You shouldn't either.
The what?
I said, do you think he shouldn't either?
Well, we can't really blame him, but he definitely is stirring up a lot of commotion with the CER guys.
Why? Why are they getting worked up over this?
And as you ask that, he does like a kind of a quick scan up and down of you. He's like seems to be studying each of you. He seems to be very like fixated on your guys' armor. And it kind of looks like they're scanning for like symbols or any identifying factors of each of you. But he doesn't see anything. He's like, okay, well, I don't know exactly what happened, but I haven't seen Jeremy in a while. And one of the last things I remember him saying, he was going off to his wizardy school. But he was talking about how he got some internship with the CER, and I don't know. I hear that he got that internship, and I see they're bothering his dad as he's trying to put out like flyers for him. So doesn't seem right. And he's always had that dream to go to that school. He's been talking about it for a while. So I'm just worried he did something dumb.
Well, unfortunately, we think the same thing.
Like, so you haven't heard from him or anything?
No. I mean, we're talking
No.
about who last saw him.
Yeah, he's completely MIA. So, question here. His enrollment into this school was fucking expensive. How did he pay for that?
He said it was like 400.
It was like 8,000.
Oh, and they both like visibly.
And it was
react to that
paid
number.
up front in platinum.
Like he did not have that money.
Where would he have gotten that money?
He was talking about that internship. There's a lot of people that don't trust the CER too much, especially out here. You know, they do a lot of kind of shady stuff in the city, and every so often they try to come out this far to the outskirts, but we don't tend to deal with them a whole lot. But there's all sorts of rumors that they try to kind of like seize up young talent, or whatever. They're real big on competing with the other bigger corporations here. Uh, they always, we hear horror stories of kids that get promised these good positions or these, opportunities within, but you don't really hear whatever happens to them. So he was kind of saying something about that, and we were talking about, you know, he did say that he was kind of worried that he'd heard all that, but he made it sound like he didn't need to use them for money or anything. He made it sound like he had it all figured out. So,
Well,
Oh,
either he got the money from them or he got it from something even worse.
so who was this internship with?
well, there's a building that's kind of close to the campus. He said he was starting there. It's like a potion brewery. 'Cause he's kind of into the alchemy side of things. He wanted to do, um, he's always been good with the plants and things. He had his own kind of garden out here that he'd started, so that's what he was looking into to go into the school for. And they've got a little potion shop near the grounds of the school. He said he was going to be working there. Uh, I didn't think he was going to start though until he was done with the school. But I know that they know of him and he's been there a few times, so maybe they would have a little bit more information.
Okay.
You know where he went to apply for this internship at?
Well, he said he got approached when he was on the school because he went to see about classes there. Um, and that while he was on the campus, a few people came up to him and talked to him about that internship.
Hmm. Trying to think if there's some way we could get in contact with the same people, maybe.
We'd have to go ask around campus, maybe.
Yeah.
So when people run afoul of this CER, where do they take them?
Um, well, they've got a few buildings that they own around town. Um, Everyone has theories that they've got like stuff in the sewers. We've heard horror stories from some of the beggars and homeless that live in the area that they see CER people down there. But we've never wanted to go down there and check that out. But that's kind of the horror story, almost conspiracy theory that they keep people down in the sewers.
Okay.
Pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to have that sort of, authority. They're just a company, and they don't have like jails or anything in the town. So that's why
They
people,
sure seem like they must have money.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're one of the only people that compete with the NCR or the NRC.
Yeah. All right.
So they say, yeah, the probably that potion shop. I bet they'd be some of the last people that saw him. He went there pretty regularly to sell some of his little concoctions that he made up.
What was the name of this
And
potion shop?
um, it's on this page. He's it's rare herbs.
Rare herbs. All right, we can talk to them. Go see if we can find where this internship was.
All right.
Yeah.
If you do find him, definitely let us know. We've been worried about him. It's been a long time. We just
Yeah,
hoped he'd
well-
been like going to school or something, but then his dad started getting worried, and he saw the commotion he was drumming up with the CER guys, and we didn't want to get involved. But we're glad to see someone's listening to him, and hopefully he's okay.
Definitely seems like he's in over his head.
He tends to find himself in those situations a lot.
Great. Natural born problem finder.
That's why we like farming. We don't
That's
get
fair.
bothered by any of them city people out here.
Probably way safer.
Until you get those nuclear powered cows out here, though.
Now, who the hell would nuke the outside of a major city like that?
Nobody we know.
Nobody.
No.
No, not us. Definitely not us.
You see one of them is kind of like losing interest in this, or not losing interest, but you see his interest kind of peaks up, and his eyes are kind of staring off past you guys a little bit. And Arthur hits Boris on the shoulder. He's like, "There's another one!" And he runs over and grabs a pitchfork that's leaning up on one of the fence posts. And you see him just sprint out in the field, just yelling, "Hey, get out of here!" And you see
The
this
hell's he
badger
chasing?
scurry off towards the town.
Oh no.
Oh God, no.
Why?
Get lost
Joe?
in the
Why?
one of the fields. He comes back muttering, he's like, "These damn badgers."
Yeah. This is why there should be a series of checks and balances on higher education.
What?
For
Don't
sure.
worry about it.
Don't worry about it until they're bigger. Then worry about it a lot.
Well, they only grow this big, but that's still those little. They can do a lot of damage.
And they only grow that big for now.
I've never seen them any bigger. And ones this big are already able to, tunnel through our fences and stuff.
Is
They're
that
a
what
real
happened to
nuisance.
your? Yeah.
We
All
think
right.
so. They're like, yeah, if you guys see any badgers, feel free to knock them out. I hate those things.
I'll remember that.
Badger
Make some
meat.
badger stew.
Yep. So they,
All right.
they're like, well, if there's anything else you want to know about them, feel free to stop by here. But you got a lot of stuff to get back to.
Yep, we
We
do
wasted a
too.
lot of time. Thanks again for the help, though.
Sure thing, buddy.
They run off.
As they leave, I'm kind of giving the stink eye to that cow.
You do, and it does like a lazy just ear flop at you.
Cow is not intimidating.
Cow is not impressed.
We'll call it a draw.
All right, where y'all want to go next?
I have an odd hankering for steak.
Yeah, is it lunchtime? Maybe late breakfast?
Even
Yeah,
second
it's probably getting to close to like 11 o'clock at this point.
Let's go get
It's a
some
bit
food.
of a trek out and back, so I bet once you guys are right inside the city, it'll be prime time for lunch.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, then we can go maybe chat up the potion shop.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
All right. So you guys go into town. You're easily able to find whatever food you look for. Are you guys like going back to the inn to eat, or
Let's find somewhere new. Put Joe on his
Okay.
toes.
what type of place are you guys looking for?
Something with steak.
Something with steak. Okay. All right.
Yeah, as
So
we're
you
walking
guys-
back, Norhalin's just mumbling to himself, I need meat, something off the bone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you guys would find the Dew Pot. It's kind of a smaller tavern. Outside of it looks in various states of like it looks like there's a few different styles of building that have been going on, and part of it used to be like this stone work, but it looks like part of the wall had collapsed and then they built out more of it to be wood, and it's kind of expanded and been repaired. There's a lot of fireworks going off right now. That is fantastic.
Here's what that was.
My neighbors have a lot of fireworks. All of them.
All at once.
Yeah, you'd see the Dew Pot. There's a few people that seem pretty heavily intoxicated outside the joint that are just bumbling around. But they, one of them kind of perks up at you guys as you're walking in, and mumbles some gibberish at you, and finishes the rest of his drink.
This seems like a fine establishment, boys. Let's
I
see if we
agree.
can find to eat.
People this drunk this early?
It's got to be
Yep.
good. Or
As you
open.
open the door, the odor from the drunkard is quickly replaced with the smell of pretty good food and very strong alcohol. You see, it's pretty packed. There's a few tables that don't have anyone at them, but most of it's pretty loud. A lot of people talking, lots of laughter. There's a bard playing like really slow music kind of over in the corner, but he's definitely being like out volumed by just the boisterousness of the crowd and everyone there. You see like a hand pop out at the back of the room, kind of by the bar, and you just hear a big voice like, "Over here!"
Fuck's expecting us here. I'll follow along, but
I'm
And
confused.
it just seems to be like the guy, the owner
okay.
behind the
Okay.
bar.
That's
And,
much better.
You guys walk in. It's like, all right, what can I get you guys?
Steaks.
Oh, I need something delicious and made of meat and perhaps at least 3 drinks.
All right, we've got plenty of that. Want the half, the full, the double?
Oh, let's start with a full.
All right.
Give me a
And
picture of your strongest, whatever you have.
all right, we've got ale, we've got mead.
Oh,
Well,
meat.
what's your
That's what I
strongest?
want.
Whichever your stronger one is.
The ale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wasn't
all right,
asking
yeah,
for
give me a
flavor.
picture.
I was asking for firepower.
All right. An ale for you, a full for you. What can I get you?
Yeah.
Two?
Same thing.
Just a half.
Half? Okay.
Think I want
So-
one of each. One in each hand, a mead and an ale.
Mead and an ale. All right. Great. And you hear him bark back to there's like a little short door. You hear him bark back. It's not in common. But he seems to be repeating your guys' order as he's like listing off his hand as he's counting. And he seems to kind of be like keeping track of it in his head. I don't think any of you guys would recognize that language.
Sounds fair.
That's fine. All right.
He's got goblin cook.
Is it a little goblin? A little
The kitchen
shorter
goblin.
And then after a few minutes go by, you guys are able to find a seat at one of these tables. You all sit down. He comes out with your food. So Dan, you ordered the half, and your plate is like on both ends. It's sticking off the side of this like giant steak, but you can see it's been like cut down the middle. Eddie, you don't even see the plate. You just see the steak over the thing.
This is fantastic.
Over what thing?
Just you see like there's a plate that you guess he's holding because you can see there's like a circular part that's
you mean
staying
overhanging all
together.
the sides of the plate.
Yeah. So
The
he
plate is
sits
there
down.
just barely separate it from the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I see this come out of the back kitchen, and I assume carrying the drinks as well at the same time.
Yep.
My eyes start welling up and getting a little misty, and I just see it. Oh, it's so pretty.
All right, and he brings out the same for Jake and Chuck.
Nice.
How much to
Ton of
keep
food.
the pitcher?
To keep the picture.
Yeah,
Right, to take it home.
yeah.
Gold.
You got it. I'll set 2 gold on the table.
Thank you much. Takes it. All right. Anything else?
This will do for now.
Yeah.
Have at it. And he heads back, and you embark a few more things as people are like yelling a few things to him, like, "Oh, can I have another?" And it's like, "Oh, sure." And you see him bark back all these things in that other strange language.
Yeah, I will be using silverware, but it's going to be an odd sight because I'm being very reverent and very polite using the silverware.
Okay.
But the people I'm cutting off are exceedingly large, and I'm literally just shoving them into my mouth as fast as I can.
Great.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are
Alright.
just going to hear me mumbling to myself about how good it is, but it's all incomprehensible as I'm just sort of like meat juices dribbling down my beard.
Saving some for later.
Absolutely. Is there are you guys just eating and leaving, or is there anything that you guys want to do while you're here?
I really just came to eat.
Okay.
I mean, we could probably ask around about the CES people while we're here.
Yeah, probably wouldn't hurt to
After I
keep an eye
break
on
my
see if there's
fill, I'm
any
probably gonna be
of them
singing.
around here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. Get our stomachs full and go get ourselves noticed by asking questions we shouldn't.
Absolutely. All right, so you guys eat. Eddie, you're just barely able to finish the whole thing, but you do so.
Yeah. After I do that and I drink my fill, I'm going to be like carrying around whatever tankard has just a little bit of drink left. I don't know. It might even be somebody else's drink I just picked up off a table. And I'm just finding people to sing songs with, old dwarvish songs, happy songs. I'm singing
Absolutely.
with them, kind of shoulder to waist mostly because they're all taller than me, and kind of going back and forth and singing, and it's good times. And maybe even
Give me a luck check.
I'll even challenge some people to like an arm wrestling contest if they're game for it.
Okay. Give me a luck test as you're singing that song.
That is well under my luck.
Awesome. So you start singing that song, and you hear a few voices join in as you see there's a table of dwarves on the other side of the room. All seem to be
Oh, my
matching
chin!
your stature.
I'll turn to
make it over.
them and kind of hold my arms out, spilling some of my drink, and kind of my voice doubles in volume as I see them, and they join in.
They all laugh and raise up, and a few of them seem to like, come over here.
Aye, lads, I'm coming. And I'll kind of wade my way through the crowd in between and make my way over there, continuing to sing.
Awesome. All right. They quickly absorb you in the group and give you another drink and all sorts of that. Is anyone else doing anything?
I'm gonna ask around. Just some people I'm sitting next to. What can you tell me about these CER people?
CER.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
just wanna
Is there
listen
any
in.
like particular
Okay.
person you're aiming, like just the first person you see, or are you like looking for a particular?
Someone who looks kind of shady.
Looks kind of shady. Okay. Yeah. There's a handful of shady figures in here. You go to one that's kind of on one of the corners of the room. Seems to be pretty quiet and is just kind of twirling his cup around on the table. It seems to be empty. And you come up and he seems to acknowledge you a little bit. It's like, can I help you with something?
I'm looking for some information, and I think you might be able to help me out there. And I'll go and let me check to see if I have gold. And if I do, I'm going to slide him a gold.
And he very gracefully and quickly like snatches it and
I have
maintains
one
spinning
gold,
the
so
cup.
I will give him my 1 gold.
Awesome.
I need some information on CER.
And he's like, oh, not many people like to ask too many questions about him, or them. So you're obviously not around here.
You are correct. That's kind of why I'm
What would
wanting to figure
you-
it out. I'm trying to figure out all the players in town.
Well, they're definitely ones to know. They're not the loudest, but sometimes they hit the hardest. Hopefully you don't have any trouble with them or anything.
No trouble. And I'd like to keep it that way.
All right.
I heard
Well,
that, people who end up owing them money or crossing them the wrong way tend to disappear. Is there any truth to that?
yeah, I mean, the city's pretty big, so sometimes people like to move, and I don't know how much of it's chalked up to logistics from that, or if they actually, dispose of people, if you will. But I personally lean more towards the more insidious side of things. Definitely have known a few people that have gone missing after not doing their jobs correctly or something. I know a lot of folk that try to contract work, if you will, with them.
Yeah. So those people that disappear, is there any rumor on where they might end up at?
Well, if they aren't mysteriously dead, I've heard rumors that sometimes they're kept in false basements underneath any of the buildings that they own here in town, or some people say that they're in the sewers, but sometimes the sewers aren't the best place to go, anyways. But
Okay.
if they were in the sewers, they're pretty extensive around here. But I'd imagine it's probably in the sewers near one of their buildings. I bet they'd have like an access point or something to climb down.
Okay.
They own a few shops around here. There's a potion shop. They've got a tavern that pretty much nobody uses. And they've got what's the other one they have? It's a potion shop, a tavern, and and a magic shop.
Potion shop, a tavern, and a magic shop. What's the name of the potion shop? Is it Rare Herbs?
Yeah, that's it.
What's the other shop?
So the tavern is the Hewed Inn.
Okay.
And the magic shop is called Pinsley's.
Okay. So we could check out any of them. All right. Well, that answers my questions. Thanks, buddy. Enjoy that gold.
Absolutely. He nods off and gets up and leaves.
Okay.
All right. And he'd confirm the location of the rare herbs shop. And he'd kind of give you brief directions to each of those if you want to
Okay.
go.
Cool. All right. So I got some information to take to the group.
All right. Jake or Dan, anything you guys are doing?
I'm jealously guarding my pitcher of ale.
All right.
I was thinking about just looking to see if there's any CER people around here, just to kind of,
Okay.
listen.
Give me a luck check.
Let's see. Oh, it's a critical success.
All right. Yes. So you see a table with what looks like 3 people at it, and they each seem to have kind of similar attire to the 2 guys that you found that were harassing the older man. They all seem to be pretty intoxicated too.
Oh, good. Well, maybe I can listen in on what they're talking about for a second and see if I can kind of like edge into the conversation and then maybe steer it towards talking about like, those poor missing bastards you guys keep in your basement.
All right.
Natural conversation shift.
Sure. So you listen in, and they're very much not talking about anything work related at first. They're just talking about like personal things. They seem to be recounting so they all seem to have been friends for a while. Hear a few of them talking about things that they did before they were working for CER, and they're like, "Oh, remember the time that you woke up and you didn't have pants?" And there's just like really stupid stories like that. They all seem to be chuckling about that and giving each other a hard time. They're all kind of like one-upping each other with embarrassing stories. But you don't really hear anything about their current work that they're doing.
Oh, what a pain in the butt. I need someone who's probably more creative than me to do a conversation with them.
You got this?
I don't got this. Talking to people, not my strong suit. Charisma -1.
Well, if you want, you could flag me over after I'm done talking to that one dude.
Yeah, I may do that.
Okay.
Found some drunks. Maybe we can get some information out of them.
All right.
But they're not talking about work at all, which is usually the easiest way to get them to talk more about work.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, you wave me over. I'll walk up. I want to pretend like I'm drunk.
Okay.
Hey, you're some of them fucking CER people, yeah?
And they all like keep laughing a little bit, and only one of them kind of looks over at you and like squints a bit, and he squints a bit in the other eye, and he points his mug at you. He's like, "Do I know you?"
No, I don't think I'm new to town.
Ah,
I got a strong axe swinging arm, and I'm looking to make some coin. And I don't have many scruples. I was wondering maybe if you could point me in the right way.
I think it join the crew, and he punches the guy next to him really hard, so he spills his beer, and He kind of like looks distressed by that a little bit. He's like, "Oh, what the hell, man?" And he like repours a little bit more with the pitcher. And they're like, well, typically the line of work they do, they want more of the less of the hidden swinging type and more of the whatever the fucking wizard types are. But
Oh yeah.
anymore, they seem to be picking up a lot of us. So I bet you could go over to where was it that we went? And you hear the guy and like the third guy that hasn't said anything. Like, oh, is that? It's a tavern. Oh yeah, we were at the tavern. They said there's a guy that came up to us. He looked real weird. He had like this real dumb purple robe. Stuck out a lot. If you see him, tell him you're okay with whacking people or something. But he'll hire you.
Fantastic. Hey, I got another question for you. There's this scrawny little kid that went to the college. He owes me some money.
Gonna have to be more specific. There's a lot of fucking scrawnies at that college.
Well, yeah, I realized my mistake after the words came out of my mouth. This goes by the name of Jeremy, some kind of farmer or some shit. I haven't been able to find him, and I heard he had some tie-ins with the CER or some shit like that.
And he seems to be thinking really hard. He's like, nope. Hey! And then he hits the guy next to him again. Now, you know, Joffrey Farm...
Jeremy.
Jeremy Farm kid, farm man, boy, school. And the other one's like, farm kid. Yeah, there's a farm kid. Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, hey, you still help me out, man. Maybe I can get some coin while I'm here. That's thanks to you, buddy.
No problem.
I'll tell you what, after I get paid, if I see you here, I'll buy you a drink.
Oh, that'd be great. I'm out right now. But
Oh, and I'm out of coin, or I'd buy you one right now. This was my last.
that's okay. He's like, yeah, if you find the purple guy, it's like Drindle, something like that. It starts with D.
The drizzle.
I've only talked
the
to him
drizzle.
once. I just remember it was like a tall dude in purple. He sometimes pops up at the tavern.
So Duschenstein.
Yeah. He laughs at that and takes another
All right.
swig.
Well, hey, see you later, pal.
Yeah, see ya. And they go back to joking about things that aren't related to work again.
Those are the conversation skills I needed.
You just got to pretend that you're drunk and everything just happens naturally.
Go walk up and slap the drinks out of their hands and say, listen, fuckwad. And then everything will go smoothly after that.
Oh, yeah.
In one way or the other.
All right. So, yeah, you know that they seem to be hiring more people like them. There's some purple wizard dude that sometimes approaches them to pick up new, like, thug recruits. And they've spotted him at the tavern, the Hewed Inn.
All right. So what was our plan of attack next there, guys? We could go to the campus and try to find the dude he interned for.
That, or we go to the shop that he interned at. Is that right? He
The
entered.
potion shop he was selling stuff at.
Yeah.
I'm cool with either of those. Or we could cut to the chase and head to the Hewed Inn and find the purple guy.
Not be a bad idea either.
Yeah. What do you all think?
I wouldn't mind picking up a few bottles at the rare herbs place.
It's true. Maybe a potion or two couldn't hurt ourselves either.
Cool. Let's go
I'm
there then.
still in the corner with the other dwarves, drinking and yelling and singing. So y'all might have to come get me.
Absolutely.
Well, after we finish our meals and drinking and eating, we'll come round you up.
Eddie, as the rest of your party comes over, Eddie is in an arm wrestle.
Not surprised by this.
Give me a strength check, Eddie.
Ooh, the drink is
Oh.
hitting me hard.
We'll see. Yeah. So the rest of you come over and see Eddie's like working his way through an arm wrestle, and a few of the dwarves are like standing up, cheering him on. And as you guys walk over, he kind of seems to lose focus and look over like, "Oh, hey guys!" And boom, his arms just knocked over. This other dwarf on the other side just slams his hand in the table and goes, "Yeah!" and slams another drink. And
Is the other dwarf that I was arm wrestling younger than me? Keep in mind, I'm fairly old.
Do you want him to be, or do you not?
I mean,
Give me a
I'm
luck
like
check.
247, which I think is their usual lifespan is up around the 3 to 400 range. So I'm up there.
Okay, yeah, he's almost certainly younger than you then.
Excellent. Then, without even after I see my mates, and as soon as my hand touches the table, I immediately wheel around on the younger dwarf and go, "I lost leverage, boy. Double or nothing."
Ah, and he rolls up his sleeve and like, "All right, you old timer."
Oh God, I rolled worse.
Oh, but he rolled worse than you. So, you still win. You put up your arm. You feel like you don't have a good grip or anything, but he's got even worse. And as the countdown goes, you don't get hardly any resistance. He starts fighting back like right at the end there, but you able to hit
Maybe
his hand
he
into the table.
maybe he got a little cocky and thought he'd let me win, and I just pounded it down on the table.
Yeah.
I will lean forward on the table with both hands down on the table and just yell in his face, and then kind of stare him down for a minute, and then start smiling. And I'll throw an arm around his shoulder. "Oh, you wee lad, you're as strong as a tree."
He'll pick a piece of steak off of his face. He's like, "Ah, thanks."
And I'll lift his arm up in the air. "Oh, strongest kid in here."
And you just hear a bunch of random like yells throughout the tavern, and all the dwarves are chuckling with you.
There you go.
All right. You guys got a handful of some information. So where to? The potion shop?
I think the potion shop.
Okay. Let me pull up rare herbs.
So the whole way to the potion shop, I'm still kind of waving back and forth just a little bit, kind of mumbling to myself, singing old happy war songs.
Mm-hmm.
I've still got a little bit of a buzz.
Takes a second for that to go away.
Yeah. Definitely got a buzz, but that's fine. So you guys are able to find the rare herb shop pretty easily. It's a little bit in. It's kind of closer towards the wall. So you're heading like out on the outside of the main town a little bit more, but eventually you come across this little shop. It's kind of wedged between two bigger buildings. But you see like a sign on it that just says Rare Herbs with a big mortar and pestle behind it, or pestle. Seems to be open. The door is like propped open just slightly with like a rock on the inside of it.
Well, shall we?
I'll hustle in with my pitcher and look around for the proprietor of this shop.
All right.
Carrying the pitcher in your hand.
Yes. Well, both hands. I got to be careful not to spill anything.
Oh, it's full.
Yeah. I ordered a
Every
pitcher
time
full
you-
of ale. I didn't drink it.
Every time you look away, I'm kind of reaching for it and kind of tapping my fingers like maybe I can slip it out of your hands.
All right. So you walk in, and you don't see anyone immediately once you walk in, but you're hit with a whole bunch of different weird smells. You don't notice it at first with your ale in front of you, but after you're in there for a little bit, you notice there's just all sorts of these weird plant smells. Some of them are kind of strong depending on where you're standing in the shop. And you just see like lines and lines of these shelves. Some have like dried plants. Others have plants that are still potted. And you see a few like cases that are out that have like ground up powder versions of some of them. You just see like this, very this large varied inventory of all sorts of different plants and things. You hear some movement from the back of the shop. They don't seem to have noticed you.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, could I buy some potion vials from you? Say 6 or 7.
And you hear him say like, "Oh, 1 minute," and then you hear some quick footsteps. And halfling, you see his like head just barely above the counter as he runs back from the back and hops up. And he's like, "Potion vials, you said?"
That's right, and corks to go with them.
And corks. Oh, obviously, corks included.
Absolutely.
Let's see what those are worth. Would that be under? Belt. Can't remember where. There was like a spot that had all the magic item things. Like I remember seeing potions next to where we saw the scroll tubes. There's a lot of stuff in the equipment compendium. And how many were you trying to buy?
6.
6. He starts pulling them, setting them out. Where is it? Toolkits. Out. Potions. Potion. Potion. Has like a table for them, but it doesn't have like an empty potion vial.
Let's see here. General equipment,
Glass.
jar or bottle, comma, glass, 12 silver pieces on page 12.
Page 12.
Yeah. On the Emporium.
Okay. 12 silver pieces. So yeah, he'll charge that.
All right.
And that's per
Yep.
jar bottle. Okay, yeah, I see that now. Cool. So yeah, he lays them out. They all seem to be pretty good condition too. They've got even like a little bit of a metal engraving, like kind of pressed into the glass. Seem pretty nice.
Neat.
Joe, would this purveyor of fine herbs and other such items have any tobacco? Like pipe tobacco?
Yes, he would.
I would like to pipe tobacco.
All right, so you say pipe tobacco, and he's like, "Oh, okay, well, over here," and he brings you farther back in the shop. The shop, even though it's pretty narrow, it goes very far back. And there's like a lot of these shelves that kind of line. There's 3 rows that are separated just by shelves that seem to have all sorts of random things stacked on them. But he brings you to like the back left of the shop, and you see there's some pipes that are laid out, and a few different like stacks of different tobacco. A few different blends and things.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I would like to buy a small box, like a little snuff box, or maybe a larger like mini barrel kind of thing or whatever of pipe tobacco. And I would also like to purchase a pipe. It's been a while. He needs a new pipe.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna take one of the corks and wedge the acid spray wand all the way through the cork.
Okay.
To where just the tip of the wand is coming out.
All right. You're able to do so. Looks like a smoking pipe is 1 gold. I'm trying to find what tobacco's worth.
I do like where your head's at with this, Jake.
Tobacco per pouch, 5 silver pieces.
Is it like in like a little leather pouch or something?
Yeah, it's got like a little leather bag with a drawstring.
Fantastic. I'll take some of his finest pipe tobacco. I'll take two little satchels of it, and I am going to purchase a pipe. You said that was 1 gold?
Yep. So that'll be a total of 10 silver and 1 gold.
Okay. Yep. Fantastic. I want a nice long pipe
All right.
so I can get out and away from my beard.
There's a few styles to choose from. So you pick up one of the longer ones. They all cost the same.
Lovely. As I walk back out front where everybody else is, I'm just kind of chewing on the tip of the pipe, getting used to it.
All right. All right. He's like, "Oh yes, you should definitely enjoy that. It's a blend that I like to make myself."
Oh, a fellow fan of pipes. Good
Absolutely. And comes back out to the group of you guys. He's like, "Anything else I can get the rest of yous?" It's like, okay.
I'm broke as fuck, so that's a no for me. When they're done shopping, I have a couple questions. I'm looking for a friend of mine who's
Oh, sure.
gone missing. I was told he sold some potions to you on a regular basis. His name's Jeremy, a student of the school.
And he freezes up for a little bit. You see him like look you guys up and down. And it's like, "You said you're friends of him?"
Well, give or take. Do I get a sense on the reason he's asking? Is it like, why are you meddling in our affairs? Or is it concern like someone else is coming after him?
You get more of the first vibe.
Why are you meddling in our affairs?
Yeah, you get more of like it's more of like
Who wants to know, that sort of deal.
yeah,
Yeah,
his eyes
friends.
are like a little bit more narrowed. And
He owes me some money. Haven't been able to find him.
It's like, well, he hasn't been in for a little bit, but he did used to stop by. I purchased a great deal of some of the more woodland herbs from him. You like to collect those a lot.
Yeah.
You said he's missing?
Yeah, I wouldn't say missing. Maybe lying low.
Hmm. With that, he starts to kind of like back up a little bit.
That's not good.
And says, he's like, I had some things I hadn't finished putting away. I'll get to those. Let's stay here just a moment.
Oh, I don't like this.
And you see him start walking back. And like in the very back of the shop, there's like a door on the far left or far right. So like the back part was like the back left. This is the back right on the opposite side.
They try and
And so he kind of walks away, and you hear his footsteps on his speed up as he's like getting out of your sight.
Oh, should we follow him?
can I try to follow him
Sure.
since I'm technically a sneaky boy in theory?
Yeah. Are you gonna try to stealth that?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna like wait till he's out of the room and then try and follow him through the door?
I mean, what kind of door is it? Like a open shut like wood door or?
Yeah, it's like a just interior like wooden door.
Okay. I don't know. I'll try and follow him through it, maybe.
Okay. So you see him kind of like doing like a power walk, almost a brisk jog, and runs back through. And you see him like dig in his pocket a little bit. And he pulls out a set of keys. He unlocks the door and opens it. And he walks through on the other side and he starts shutting the door. So it looks like he's going to try to lock it.
Okay. I don't know how easily I can get by somebody in this situation.
Yeah, because it looks like he's just he's unlocking this door, opening it, immediately like turning around to shut it and lock it. So
Okay.
if you were wanting to get in, I don't know if you'd be able to stealth through, but you'd probably be able to power through.
Yeah, I'm a halfling thief. Powering through is not my thing. So
Okay. So yeah, if you fall into if you're not going to try and like I guess pass through, then you are going to hear the door like open, and here's keys jingle on the other side as it closes, and you hear a twist in the lock.
well, wherever I'll just tell him that probably he went somewhere and locked us out. So
did
If
he
you went
leave the
somewhere, I'm
shop?
going to stick my corked wand into one of the glass bottles and then activate the wand and see if I can't catch some of the acid or maybe shotgun glass everywhere, whichever happens.
You decide that with a luck check.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna step away slowly when I see him starting to do this.
Oh baby.
nice.
Awesome. All right. So, you activate the wand, and it has like this violent kick of acid as it hits the back of the bottom of the vial. It like pulls off the cork a little bit, but like it just seems to slide down it a bit. But then the spell ends, and you have a vial full of this acid.
Cool. I'm going to take that vial full of acid and split it up into 2 equal parts.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pour ale to fill up the vials and then cork them.
Okay.
Well, what you're doing, but it doesn't sound safe.
It also sounds like a waste of ale. When I see him pouring the
Wizarding
ale,
work is very often wasteful, not useful.
So
I don't know.
as you
but,
pour the ale into it, it smells awful. It's like absolutely wretched.
well,
Well, I only have to impress an audience of 1 with these. The smell won't matter.
All right.
Joe, has the purveyor of the shop actually like left the shop?
So you can tell it's an interior door that he went through.
I was gonna ask about just listening to the door since I didn't
Okay,
go
yeah,
through it.
you can push up. So you put your ear to the door. Give me a that'd be like a wisdom or intelligence.
We'll do wisdom because I have no modifier instead of a negative modifier.
Okay. All right. 13. Okay. So yeah, you put your ear up against it. You hear the keys jingle, and it seems like they get. You hear them like clench together, like he put them back in his pocket, and you hear his feet kind of pattering around. Sounds like there's like a small room that he's in now, and you hear him walking back and forth, and you hear him kind of like muttering to himself. He's just like, "Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it?" And you just hear him saying that kind of over and over again. It's like, where did I put that damn thing?
I think he's bringing something bad out to us.
I think
Never
so too.
remember where I put this damn thing. They
Joe,
told
while
me
he's in that
to
room,
remember.
I'm going to go ahead and just pocket two more little sachets of, two pouches of some other fine tobacco leaf.
Yeah, this is
Absolutely.
a
There
perfect
is-
time to rob
so-
the place.
There is a pretty expensive looking bag that has much less quantity than the other two.
Any,
Or
like,
it's got like a more expensive looking bag, and it's got like a basically it's kind of laid out where there's like these small bins, these wooden bins that have like the product in it, and they've got like this little wooden slider over the top of it. So when he made the pouch for you, he slid open that bin and scooped out some of it into this bag and gave it to you. So there's like a smaller bin, but it clearly seems to have like much higher quality tobacco in that bin.
I'm going to pick up the entire bin.
All right.
I mean, I imagine
So-
it's small, like the size of like a little
Yeah.
cigar box kind of thing.
It's probably the size of, I don't know. It's like the size of a book almost.
Yeah. I'm
an
taking
average
that whole
book.
bin and I'm just going to quietly put it in my bag and I'm going to walk out the front door and wait for the rest of the guys out on the street.
Okay.
Still kind of, and while I'm picking it up, I'm just muttering to myself in between bars of the songs that I was singing in the bar because I'm still a little buzzed. So I'm kind of going back and forth between singing, kind of muttering to myself a line of the song and muttering that this is too good for him, he doesn't deserve it, and then back to the song and then back to this is too good, I deserve it more, and then I'm going to shove it in my bag and walk out the front.
I've got an idea for us here. For one thing, if there's any like clearly marked healing potions,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
might lift some of them. And I think somebody needs to feign being sick and be like, "Oh no, my friend he's feeling sick from drinking too much. We're gonna go before we make a mess in the shop."
So it looks like most of the potions and all of the alchemy stuff is behind like this kind of like glass bit that he has up at the front of the room. So there's like this glass display. That's where he pulled the vials out of. That's where he seems to have like the really expensive alchemy sets. Those all
I assume
seem
there's
to
some sort of latch keeping the glass display closed.
It seems to be pressed in. It doesn't seem like you access it from like the customer side.
I mean,
Right,
can we
right.
just
But like,
go around and get into it?
yeah.
Yep. So there's the back of it is wood. So it looks like the back panel has to be removed to grab things from it.
Actually, Joe, now that I'm thinking about it, I'll find one of the other. I take the box of tobacco back out, the really expensive one. I take it back out of my bag, and I think twice about it, and I put it back down on the counter. But I'm not leaving it there. I'm going to take one of the other boxes that looks like it has an equal amount of tobacco left in it, and I'm going to swap them. So I'm going to pour the not as good tobacco into the expensive box and pour this stuff from the expensive box into just the
So
cheapest.
there's
box I can find.
there's significantly more of the other types of tobacco, like
Oh, okay.
almost like 20
And I'll
parts
just-
to one.
Then I'll just put the stuff from the expensive box into a little bag, and I'll just
Okay.
fill the expensive box back up with.
Cheap stuff.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
I'll
you
give him a glass jar. Here, put it in this.
There we go. And then I put
Absolutely.
that in my bag and I go, there, no one will ever notice.
And while I'm at
Okay.
it, I'll take my corked up wand and I'll spray some acid at the wood on the glass display.
Okay. So while this is happening, Dan, what was it that you were going to do?
If we were gonna lift a couple things, I was gonna wait for that to happen, and I was just gonna
Okay.
say, "Oh, I think one of my friends is getting sick. Had too much to drink over lunch. We're gonna get him out of here so he doesn't make a mess in the shop."
Okay.
If somebody feels like giving me a couple, you know.
All right. So you start thinking about what you're going to say there. Jake, you cast your acid spray at the glass in this cone.
Not the glass, like the wood paneling behind the glass display.
Oh, the wood paneling behind the glass. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you do so. You cast it. It this cone erupts. It hits. It very quickly melts through a big circle in the wood, and then it kind of spills over and webs out. And the panel like kind of breaks and seems like dislodge itself. It loses its integrity, and you're able to like really easily remove that panel.
Oh boy, let's scoop up some potions.
All right. So as you dig in,
What is he gonna do? Call the cops to investigate? Yeah, investigate all you like. We got some
Yeah,
news for you.
I'm heading out the front door. I'm gonna wait out.
so Jake or Eddie, it's as you open the door, you swing it open, and as it's like almost all the way, you feel it hit something. And you see two familiar faces that you saw the previous day. The thug-like guys, Goff and Sops. And you see them, weapons drawn, and one of them has caught the door in his hand. And he looks down at you.
I will I'll walk out and just kind of nonchalantly nod at the two gentlemen and just say, "Afternoon, lads. I wouldn't go in there if I were you. Somebody's been very ill and it smells terrible."
They look
probably
at you
true.
confused. They see you, so you are just holding like the tobacco pipe, right? Oh, you're muted.
Your audio just went away, Eddie.
Oh, sorry.
cut out.
I had muted. So I put the tobacco itself in my bag. I'm actually just chewing on the tip of my pipe.
Right. So the only thing you have is the pipe, though.
Yeah.
Right, as you're walking out. Okay, so you say that. And they kind of eye you, and they look confused. They look at each other. Still have the weapons in their hand. And they peer in, and they see Jake rifling through the back of the counter. And they're quickly like, "Hey!" And they run in, ignoring you, Eddie. Now I think is when we roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
It's just dexterity, right? It's been so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just dexterity.
Oh, I got a 3. Also, Captain Curian did 200 bits, heal one player, 1 hit die. So was anyone down?
I think we're all healthy at the moment.
I'm down a few,
Yeah,
so I'll go ahead and take that then.
There we go.
Well, thank you, Crying.
14, 17, 12, 3. Okay. So, looks like Jake is up first. Jake, you
Oh, look,
see two familiar faces from the previous day.
Outside the
Walk
place.
in.
Well, they're not familiar to me, but
Oh yeah.
Oh, right,
we're
they're
dead.
not.
He was
I'll
dead
look up
on a
and I'll
cart.
say, be careful, gentlemen. One of these potions exploded back here. Very dangerous stuff.
Like, what are you doing? This isn't your shop.
I'm helping out. You see the robes. Magic guy. Dangerous. Be careful,
You're not
please.
Grytham.
I don't care who I am. I don't care who you are. Stay back. It's dangerous.
And they scan. And they see. I guess I can't do that yet. But okay, so you're doing your turn as just trying
Basically,
to
just
convince
trying to-
them
Yeah.
to bluff.
Or at the very
Um,
least, get them to stop running directly at me with weapons.
Do a charisma check for me.
All right. Oof. That's no good.
Okay.
The rolls are not kind tonight.
Yeah, they seem to
I've
respond.
been going up and down.
They don't seem convinced.
Pocket
and
acid.
it's not their turn yet, but they definitely don't seem convinced. Daniel.
Might just kind of lean in on the story at least and be like, yeah, he had this vial of like acid and it kind of got all over the place. He's trying to clean it up before anything gets damaged. The owner went in the back. We still were waiting on them for some more stuff, and then we didn't want to make a mess.
Like, we know the owner went in the back. He called us.
Oh, well,
Got good cell service.
we didn't want to cause any problems while they were back there, and we're accidentally causing problems anyways.
Okay. Is there anything else you're doing? So that's basically, that's your free action, I guess, of talking, unless you're like trying to make a check with that. But they seem to have been called.
Okay, I mean, I was hoping to try and convince them at least we're not robbing them.
You can give me a charisma on that.
Okay. There we go.
17. Okay. So with a 17, they're going to be convinced that you're not trying to rob them. But that doesn't help.
It doesn't
Too
help the
much.
actual problem.
Yeah. So it goes to Goff's turn. So one of them has like a sword drawn, the other one has like a one-handed hammer. And Goff is the one with the
What a
Yeah.
puss.
He's got like a hammer drawn. And I think he's going to turn towards. Let's see, there's 3 of you in the room still. Let's just do Chuck. You're muted.
I didn't vote for this.
Chuck.
What's that?
You're sitting there listening to this this argument go back and forth as a hammer comes at your head. Missing.
Good.
A hammer is swung at you.
Okay. Cryan has also banked us a reroll. Thanks, man.
Nice.
Sweet. But they seem to definitely be on the hostile side.
Those jerks.
He yells like, "You don't mess with us." Eddie, your turn.
I'm outside, right?
Yep.
And did the door close behind them?
Yes.
What do I hear going on? Do I hear like a commotion, anything getting knocked around, loud noises?
So nothing's connected yet, but you do hear. So you hear Jake and Dan try and say like, "Oh, we're not stealing anything. Something blew up or whatever." Like you hear their sides of the story, and then you would hear Goff yell like, "Don't mess with us!" And probably Chuck, how would you react to being attacked? Like, what was if you had your like free action to say anything? I imagine you'd.
You dick! I thought we were friends.
So that's what you would hear.
I'll just crack the door open and lean in and just kind of look at the whole group and just go, "What's going on in here? Do we need to go back to the pub and get a wee bite of ale and calm down a bit?"
So, as you peek in and you look in, you see that one of them is just swung on Chuck, and the other one is going to swing on Dan. Over the counter. He's going
Thief in
to
danger. Thief in
take
danger.
a swipe at you. He's going to hit. Dealing 5 damage.
Ouch. I think I even have 17 AC.
Yep, he rolled a 19.
We do have a prediction in chat. You can
Oh, yeah.
do some predictions.
May come
Maybe
true.
get some channel points.
Mm-hmm.
I like the options there, Chuck.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, his turn passes, and it is Chuck. Chuck,
This
you just had
asshole
one
has swung
swing
at
you.
me.
Yep.
You know, if someone tries to kill you, you kill them right back. So I am going to swing at him hard with my sword.
It's the golden rule.
7 to hit. If it does, I deal 2 damage. I rolled
not hit.
shit.
Does not hit.
We do have
Okay.
that reroll.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use that. Why not?
You're the
All right.
hurdy lad. Hurt him.
18 to hit
That hits.
for 2 damage.
For 2 damage. All right.
At least it hit.
At least
Yeah.
it hit.
So you paying off 2 damage. Oh boy. I just minimized things.
Oh no, everything's
There we go.
awful. No, there it
They
is.
probably just saw my.
Hey-o.
Hey, lollygaggers. Thanks for that raid.
Holy cow.
Awesome.
Thank you for the bits.
Wow.
Thank you.
Hey,
for the
guys.
More
bits.
bits too. My goodness.
Thanks for dropping by.
Just 500
All right.
bits do for us.
5. No, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 bits.
600
2 rerolls.
Sweet.
Is that 2
Yep.
rolls or 3
Thank him.
heals?
I am not counting them. So
We'll call them 2 rerolls.
We are in
I
combat.
ordered all of these Japanese Kit Kats,
Yeah.
or like a pack of a bunch of different flavors,
Nice.
and half of them
Hey.
are tea flavored, and I don't like tea.
Thanks for the sub there, Ashley. That's fantastic.
Thank you. 12 months. My goodness.
At least I don't like
Yeah.
tea flavored things.
Yeah. We also have a prediction going up top because I saw that the lollygaggers were doing that. And it reminded me of that time when Dan said, we should do that. So, yeah, you can take a prediction to see how Dan's character will fare in this combat.
All right. So with that, Chuck, what were you doing? So you did your attack, right?
I did my attack for 2 damage.
Okay. So it loops back around. Jake,
Oh boy. I'm
combat ensues.
gonna finish getting as many of these potions as I can.
Okay. You're picking them up left and right. You get the sense that most of the potions are not just like pre-brewed and setting there, but you do see a few that are in vials. You see like a lot more empty, and it looks like he usually probably makes them to order, but there's a few there.
Dang.
So you're able to scrape in 3 potions of just various colors.
Alrighty.
All right. I think that'll be everything on your turn if you're grabbing all 3 there.
Yeah.
Dan, your turn.
Point. Well, I feel like the only choice I have is to attack back at this point.
Yep.
I believe in you.
I don't.
I wasn't talking about you.
Oh, good.
Oh, damn.
Nope.
Yep. Unfortunately, that does not connect.
I didn't think it would.
All right.
From
From
I
there,
have to do this. No.
from there, it goes to Goff's turn. Goff is, I think he's gonna keep swinging on Chuck. Since he's already dealt damage to him. So, and all my windows minimizing messed me up. They're like all in different places. I don't know why I did that. Okay. Let's do a and he's going to miss horridly and just swings over his head. So with that, it's going to move to Eddie. You're peeking your head in. You see combat. Jake's scooping potions into his bag underneath the counter. Dan's getting attacked, and Chuck is getting attacked.
Can I take a speaking action here?
Yeah.
I'll shout out, the rest of the ale's for you if you help clean up these 2.
Oh, my ears perk up at that. I just go ahead and walk in the door. Now, which one of them is right behind? Which one of them is attacking Dan?
That would be Sops. He's the one like against the counter, attacking Dan over it.
Okay, so he's kind of leaning against the counter.
A little bit, yeah. They're
I'm guessing-
both pretty tall, so it's not much of a challenge for him to reach across it. He's got a sword, but
I'm guessing his back is to the front door where I'm entering.
yes.
Excellent. So I'm just going to kind of come striding in. And what I'm going to do is I come up behind him. I'm going to come up behind him and I'm going to take my axe out. I'm going to, while I'm walking in, just strolling again. I'm not running or anything, but I'm going to just kind of walk in. I'll take my pipe and I'll kind of tuck it in. And I'll pull my axe off my back and I'll hold it kind of like this with like one hand on the axe head and the other hand on the handle. And I'll extend the handle end of my axe down between his knees and then just lift it up as hard as I can and just hit him right in the nuts.
All right.
Sounds like comfortable.
I'm just going to say this is a called shot, which I don't know if there's a mechanic for that in BFRPG. But just give me an attack roll. I'll just up the DC on that. 17. All right. And give me roll for damage, and I'll have that modified in a specific way.
Six damage.
Okay. All right. So you deal some damage to him. he definitely notices you now. He definitely goes, "Oh God!" and like curls up a little bit and spins around. What the hell? And it goes to his turn. So since like gonna be like, "Oh, you the fucker," and he's gonna take his sword back and try and stab you with it.
He's in less danger.
Yeah. Roll for that. And he nat ones. So he just like very weakly, still in pain, like pathetically stabs at you.
I don't even use my axe. I just with my bare hand slap his sword out of the way. Sit down, you little wimp.
All right. With that, it goes to Chuck.
Yeah, the guy that I was trying to stab before,
Yep.
I'm going to keep trying to stab him.
Okay.
$12 to hit.
Does not hit.
Damn. What do you think? Should I use another reroll or no?
You do more damage than I do. It's the only reason I don't want to use them.
All right. I'll re-roll that, Joe.
Okay.
It's 14 hit.
Just barely.
All right. 8. I'll do the original damage. 6 damage.
Okay. All right. You whack him. After that, loops around. Jake.
Did I get to go?
No turns
Yeah.
for you.
You went right after Jake. Should have.
I've only attacked
Did he?
once.
I thought I went
Thought so.
then.
I've only attacked one time this
South's
combat.
one. Yeah.
Huh. Because it should be Jake, then Dan, then Goff, then Eddie, then Sops, then Chuck. So, okay. I guess if I skipped you, you can go.
Don't worry. We all know what's going to happen here.
Well, keep in mind the guy's now turned away from you, Dan, so you're behind him.
Right.
Does a 13 hit?
Just barely does not.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Want to re-roll for some sneak attack damage?
Yeah,
Maybe-
that's
I would
that's
say
kind of
go
what I
for
was
it.
getting at. The guy turned
Well-
around and looked at me, Joe. Does that mean that Dan gets a sneak attack on him?
I don't know.
Because he's pretty distracted having me partially crushed his testicles.
I think sync attack is just a thing for. I don't know how that works in BFRPG. To be honest.
Hey,
Uh,
maybe
If it's backstab or not.
I'd have to open my PDFs. What is this, Joe? Making me look up stuff. Oh my god, I've got so many fucking
So I think
PDFs.
sneak attack is only a thief thing. But I
Damn.
think that's. I don't know if it's a.
It's reasonably likely the opponent doesn't know the thief is there. Roll to determine sneak attack is made with a +4 attack bonus and does double damage if it's successful. Usually can't make a sneak attack on the same opponent twice in any given combat.
Unfortunately, they would definitely know I'm there.
Yeah, I don't think it applies.
They've certainly already attacked me.
Right. So
Yeah, I think it's just regular attack.
yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Do you recover luck in this?
So the way you can, but you don't automatically get it back. If you burn it, you have to basically have to be like rejuvenated
Okay.
for it.
I don't know what that means yet, so I'll probably not do it since if I'm gonna have a chance of passing any luck checks, I need my luck.
You you have to do some sort of there's services like in towns that let you get your luck back. Kind of depends on like the theme of your character. If you go to like meditate, or if you go to
I'm a thief.
your thief.
I'm a
Goes to
halfling.
thiefatate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So for you, it would either be your character's church, or he would do some like recreational thieving around town. to get you like that.
Recreational thieving. I'd try it.
But-
We got caught doing it.
Mhm.
Well, let's spend. Yeah, we'll just.
It'd
let
be
go.
like it'd just be like a background role thing though. But
We'll let it go.
okay. So, then after Dan goes to, well, so that was Dan's turn, but I did it out of order. So it's looping back around to Jake.
I think I'm gonna. God, who was it? The Sops? Is Sops the one?
Sops is
Eddie
the
are
one
fighting?
attacking you guys. Goff is the one attacking Chuck.
All right, I'm gonna take the mystery wand and point it at the back of Sops' head and cast it.
Juice him.
All right, or the acid one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Give
I
me
believe it's got. How many charges does it have a day?
You guys haven't figured that out. You don't know exactly.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're 2 in, going on 3.
Yeah.
So you go to cast. Give me a attack.
Give me a quick second so I can get a little more water here.
Would you consider this a melee or missile attack?
Missile. Because you're aiming effectively a projectile.
Oof.
Reroll.
Yeah, I think I will reroll just to make absolutely sure I don't hit any. Okay, so much for that.
Oh. So you miss. You fire this cone of acid, and it just hits one of the corners of the shop and just kind of burns away some of the wall. And it doesn't like eat all the way through, but you definitely destroy like a corner of this shop as that goes off. It doesn't deal any damage though. All right. From there, it'll be Dan's turn. He is supposed to go after you.
He stabs.
Yes. This is a peach flavored Kit Kat.
Ooh. So
There's
fancy.
some crazy flavors from Japan. I forgot I bought them. I bought them like months ago on Amazon. And I got them like yesterday in the mail. And it took me like
All right.
it's one of those I've ordered like things overseas like that several times, and it usually takes me about 5 to 10 minutes to remember I even bought it after I open it. It's like this
Nice.
was like 6 months ago that I bought this, I think.
So I'm not the only one who orders stuff online and then it comes in the mail and I'm like, what did I order?
Such
Yeah.
a surprise.
I didn't remember buying this at all.
Yeah. Dan needs to come back. Do we want to move past him and then go back to him when he returns?
Is somebody
Sure.
stabbing Dan?
Let's do Goff. His turn is after Dan. I'll just move Dan down to like where I had him. So he is going to attack you again, Chuck.
Oh,
And he's going to hit. Dealing 6 damage.
fuck Christ. I didn't vote for that. All right, I'm at 8 of 14.
Okay. After that, Eddie, your turn.
Which one is? I can't remember the name of the guy right in front of me.
Sops.
Sops. Okay. He just tried to very pathetically swing at me.
Yep. Missed bad.
All right.
I'm gonna do the exact same thing again and hit him in the nuts again.
Okay.
Are we at the point where we're insulting them?
I am.
So, all right. Roll for damage.
Seven damage.
All right. You hit him. He's looking very hurt at this point. And like kind of drops to his knees like, "Oh god. Why?" And from there, he's going to attack you again. Definitely have made yourself a target. And he nat 20s.
Ooh.
Dealing only 6 damage. And then from there, say Dan, we skipped your turn. So we can have you go here.
Alrighty. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And that's
All right.
him.
Very good.
Roll double dice, but only single modifier.
I don't want to double this modifier.
Yeah. All right. 5 damage. And you're attacking guy closest to you. Assuming.
I assume he's
He's
double
still
over
up,
questions.
but he's looking very hurt.
Yeah, Dan, you might have missed it, but I on my turn I did the exact same thing again and just crushed his nuts some more.
Nice.
But he's like literally on one knee when you hit him.
Yep. After that,
Are we
it is
planning to
Chuck.
kill these guys or just knock them cold?
I mean, my plan was to just keep crushing his nuts until he gave up, but he actually took a swing at me and did some damage, and now I'm kind of pissed off.
Yeah. The dude I'm fighting, I'm gonna stab his ass. Not his
Okay.
ass, but I'm going to stab him. Fuck. 5 to hit.
Ass being like a more of a
Yeah.
that'd be prone.
No, that's a miss. That's a miss. It's a big old fucking miss.
Rip.
Ripperoni. Okay.
Miss. All right.
That's my turn.
Loops around to Jake. You blasted a sizable acid hole in a corner of the shop.
Much good. Can I want to roll over the top of the counter to escape from behind it.
Okay. Roll over the top. Because, so you have the counter in between you and him right now.
Right. I was hoping to.
Like danger roll over the top of the counter.
So you
Yeah,
want to like
basically.
move up to him closer?
No, I want to move past him.
Past him? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sure. Yeah, you can do that. Are you
wanna
trying
get-
to like, are you trying to leave like the shop, or are you
I wanna
wanting to
get
be on the other
behind-
side of him?
Yeah, I want to be on the other side of him. I want to be behind Goff.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Would that constitute an entire action's worth of
No.
stuffery?
No, you're.
Okay, in that case, I'm going
you're
to
inside of
take
like a
my
small
whistle.
shop. It's
I'm going to take my
that's just your
whistle and
movement.
blow it as hard as I can in Goff's ear.
Okay. Give me a luck check.
All right.
Are you going to perform a stunning blow on him?
Basically, or if that's the idea. Oof.
All right. So you blow. It doesn't seem to give any effect to him, but he knows you're behind him.
Well, shit.
Hello, new target. I imagine like the Street Fighter, a new
Dan.
challenger. Weird.
Mhm.
Your turn.
Top of the screen.
Well, let's see if I can get this guy's ass or not.
Okay.
I mean, literally.
This poor man. This poor man. Okay.
Sure, he deserves it.
So, I asked the question: are you killing him by stabbing his ass, or are we knocking him unconscious?
Let's go for unconscious on this one, and then we can decide if we want to kill him.
Okay. So you stab him, and he seems to be in pretty bad shape and faints. So, out of the fight.
I'm sure the pain of getting his ass stabbed probably knocked him cold.
Yeah, he's
Everything
not
below
having
the
a
waist hurts.
yeah, he's not having a good day down there. After that, it is Goff's turn. He is going to swing again on Chuck. He's gonna miss. They hit pretty hard if they ever hit. And then it's gonna go to Eddie.
Sweet. I'm gonna move behind Goff, and I'm gonna hit him in the nuts with the handle of my axe.
Okay. Roll to hit.
12 hit.
Does not hit.
We don't have any more rerolls, do we?
Oh, sorry about
I don't
that.
think so.
Nah, we're out.
Cool. So I probably just tap his ass or something.
Yeah, you poke him.
Careful. I like that.
From there,
No.
moves down to Sops, who is unconscious, then Chuck.
Oh, shit. We heard more bitch from Captain Carrion.
Hey, there's another reroll. Thanks, man.
All right, Chuck.
So this asshole in front of me,
Yep.
he's gonna get stabbed. Hopefully. 17 to hit with 8 damage.
That hits. He is now bloodied.
Nice. Haha, gotcha.
He seems a little bit
dick.
more sturdy than the other one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just stay up there engaged with him.
All right. Jake, your turn.
I'll blow the whistle again in his ear.
Another luck check.
Hey. And then I will move away.
All right. I'm going to make him do a save. And he does very bad. Yeah, you seem to kind of put him off bearing for a little bit. Definitely seems like he like puts his ears up. He's like, what the hell? And from there, Dan, your turn.
All right. Well, let's see if we can get this guy.
Okay.
Since I'm short, I'm going for the things in reach.
All right.
Mm-hmm. 14, maybe?
Okay. 14 does hit exactly.
All right. 1 point of damage. Just
All right.
You're tickling
Got
him.
right in the heel.
From there, it is Eddie.
Fantastic. Am I still standing behind this guy?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. Tell you what I'd like to do. At this point, what I'd like to do, since they're pretty tall, big guys, and I'm pretty short,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to take the head of my axe and just try and hit him right in the back of the knees, see if I can knock him down.
All right, roll to attack.
15.
That hits.
$10 damage.
Ooh. He's looking pretty badly hurt. Still standing, but not doing too well. From there, it's Chuck's turn.
Oh man, I get to go already. I stab.
Okay.
I don't stab.
You miss.
I miss.
Jake.
You can do a switch dice somewhere, Chuck.
I know what my. It's all over the place tonight. Yeah.
Hmm. I guess I'll just sort of clap my hands and say, "Come on, hit him in the nuts again,"
Okay.
and I won't
An
get any closer to the
encouraging-
melee.
All right. Dan.
Let's hit him in the nuts again.
Oh my god!
All right.
my.
Roll double dice.
I don't know how we say no to that.
You're stealing my moves.
Oh, steps are coming right
All
off.
right. Are you also knocking him unconscious?
Yeah, I figure
Or-
we'll flat side him and just.
Okay. So
Just
he
slap
is
him in the taint.
out.
Hit one of them in the balls with the
whimper
hilt of the
and
dagger.
yeah, the defeated whimper. He goes unconscious. You now have the two bodies unconscious.
No, I immediately rifle through them to find what sort of money they have on them.
Okay.
So I imagine these guys are pretty crooked.
While he's doing that, I actually want to move back to the door the shopkeep went through.
Okay. Sure. So you hear them both drop. Combat sounds like it's ended. So you're moving back to the door,
Mhm.
and after a
I wanna
little bit, you
sneak.
hear.
For what it's worth.
Okay. After a little bit, you hear a voice call out from behind the door. It's like, "Is it over yet?"
Yeah. Everything's taken care of out here.
You don't hear any response.
Let's just go kick that door open.
I can try and well, you'd probably hear me picking the lock probably, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Eddie, you want to do the kicking or you want me to do the kicking?
Oh, I'm rifling through these guys' stuff to see what money and other things they have on them.
Okay. I'll do the kick then.
Find a total of 22 gold.
I did a
Nice.
bad kick.
So let's make it 24 so it divides.
Nice. Joe, do I find any other effects on them? Any sort of other weapons stashed or anything that might be useful to us to figure out? Anything else we're trying to figure
So they're both wearing a pendant of some kind. Both has like kind of a similar symbol on it. It seems to be of like a it's almost like a pillar, like a rounded off pillar. And then it's got like a hole in it. So it's kind of like it's like egg shaped with a hole in the top part of it.
We should definitely lift those in case they like get us into some secret club.
They're each wearing one, and it's got like a pretty thick cord as the necklace part of it. It's not like a chain or anything. It's just like a really thick cord. It looks like it's meant to be worn more like robustly and not decoratively.
Joe, are they wearing armor as well?
Yes.
Is the armor recognizable to me as any kind of particular like emblem or belonging to any particular group?
So it looks like there is a patch on both of their chest plates that has the initials CER burnt into them.
Okay. I'll just take their weapons then.
Okay.
You gonna take
What's
the pendant too?
What's the stats on the hammer?
It is a D6.
Wimpy.
Yeah.
And the sword, what kind of sword is it?
It is a short sword.
Wimpy. Whatever. I'll take the weapons and I'll use some of my rope to go ahead and just kind of bind their hands and legs.
Okay.
Are you taking the pendants too?
I'll let somebody else take the pendants. I did take the money though.
If they're CES or CER or whatever that thing is, if they're pendants of theirs, we could use those for sneaky shenanigans later on.
That's kind of my thought.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I will take the pendants.
Are you putting that in your inventory, the money, Eddie?
Sure am. I got
Okay.
that kind of marked down on my person at the moment, so I know where it came from.
Okay. Yep. You have the pendants.
You.
Who grabbed the pendants?
Jake.
I did.
Okay. So you have them. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much all the stuff. It looks like they were traveling pretty light. They just had like their gold, their weapons, and these pendants on them.
Joe, I will also go ahead and take their boots.
Okay.
I'm assuming they're wearing some sort of leather shoes, something like that. I'm just going to take them.
Okay. You certainly do so.
Was there an ink pot and a quill back behind the counter?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and I'll leave them a note, like on the back of a receipt or something. I'll write out a little note and I'll stick it in the ropes on them and I'll say, next time we'll steal your pants.
Okay. You say that. I'm assuming you're able to write that. Yeah, there's like a little ledger, so you're able to tear off a piece of that and write that note easily.
No.
All right. With that, is there anything else? Are you guys gonna like try and interrogate them here, or what do you want to do next?
I think the wizard's still a threat.
Yeah, we got to do something with that wizard.
Okay.
Which side of the door are the hinges on?
They are on the interior, so it like opened into the room.
His room or our room?
His room.
His room.
Damn.
Yeah. The non-helpful for you side.
Yeah.
Figured it was worth asking.
Yeah.
You want to try and pick it or should I try and kick it?
I can give it a shot picking it if we want.
Sure.
It is a. Let's see here. I can actually roll a dice for this.
Ooh.
Oh, I should go
I
back
do
to
take
that.
it.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah, you put your lockpicks up, and just after a little bit of fiddling, you hear the latch click. You're able to open the door. Door's unlocked. So you're just opening it straight away.
I suspect he's probably got something prepared for us, so maybe we'll just slam the door open and see if we can get him to jump and do whatever he does, and then rush him with
Okay.
nobody in front of the door.
I'm good with
All right.
that plan.
So nobody in front of the door. So like you're
Nobody in
gonna
front
stand
of
to
the
the
door.
sides of it and just swing it open and see if anything happens.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping that we can just like slam the door open and scare him into doing something, and then we rush him.
Okay. Yeah. Throw the door open, Nothing happens.
Look inside.
You don't see anybody. You see a small, what looks to be like a study.
Mm-hmm.
It's very messy. It's got like pages and things. It looks like it's got like you just see random things that look like recipes here and there. It just kind of looks to be like the back office of this shop. But you don't see anybody in there, and you don't see any of the doors.
Invisible.
It's my guess. I'll stand guard here at the door so he can't slip out. If you want to start wide arm searching, with your arms out.
Start
As a matter of fact,
windmilling.
Just
Maybe-
just start swinging them like a pinwheel.
Actually,
Yeah.
I've got a 10-foot pole, so maybe I'll
Oh,
just
there you
start
go.
jabbing around in there with the 10-foot pole. Just
Swing it
Okay.
wildly from side to side until you hit something.
You're
Mhm.
Ace Ventura in a bat cave. Just
So you grab your 10-foot pole and start waving it wildly as you walk into the room. You like hit a few pieces of paper over here and there, but you don't seem to hit them.
Secret door, maybe?
that's kind of what I'm wondering.
Either that or he already ran out when we threw the door open and stood aside.
Could be.
We
Or
could
kinda-
torch the place.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
but there's
would not
still
be a
good
bad idea.
stuff to do here.
Is there a desk?
Yeah.
I go and I flip the desk over.
Okay. So the desk is like pressed against the wall, kind of back there. So to flip it, you'd have to like pull it out from the wall and then
Oh, yeah.
flip it towards it. But yeah, you're able to do that.
I'll flip it. Yeah, I'll pull it out and then I'll flip it away from the wall.
Away
Does
from
this
the wall.
guy happen to have
Oh,
any
okay.
wyvern ink laying around?
Wyvern ink. What does that do?
It is the ink that's used for writing stuff into spell books.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
It's also very expensive.
Yeah. Give me an intelligence check to search,
All right.
or is it wisdom?
Ooh.
That's fine.
Nice.
Hot
Okay, you
damn.
search through. It doesn't look like it at first, but after it's very unorganized in here. But you do find like a small little vial. It seems to be like tucked in one of the drawers that fell free as Chuck flipped the desk.
Nice.
So you see this little tiny vial of it.
Helping.
Any other interesting gimmicks or doodads in here? Or
Lots of papers. You see a few, like, you see a few materials for like grinding up herbs and things. But it doesn't look like he does it in here. But it looks like he has like a few extras just scattered about in here. But it's mainly just a bunch of papers.
okay, well, if we can't find a secret door or something and nothing useful in here, let's, I guess, leave. Shut the door again.
All right. And so you want to do a search for the secret doors in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And they did suggest that there was stuff in their basements under their buildings.
Yeah.
Right. Path to the sewers, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you guys check. Let me roll a dice here real quick. All right. So, yeah, you've pretty thoroughly thrown the 10-foot rod around and flipped some things and papers, all that. You are able, after you walk around, you kind of notice that there's a part of the floor that sounds a little bit more hollow in one of the corners. And once you stand there for a little bit, you see that there's kind of like a groove in the wood, and you're able to kind of get your fingers in, shift it around a bunch, and you pry up part of the wood, and it seems to be this panel that opens up, and immediately you're hit with this It's like kind of damp, not very good smelling air. Seems to be connecting to the sewers.
Well, he's definitely got a head start on us here. Do we want to interrogate these guys and then just burn the place down with them in it?
It escalated at the end of it. Wait, okay. So I know I did throw out there we torch it, but
I've got a better idea. Joe, somewhere in here, in this shop, do we find where this guy would keep any of his money and such?
Yes.
Things like
he
ledgers, receipts, money.
Yeah,
all
I
that
guess
stuff.
really let's rob him harder.
yeah.
Well, I'd like to frame these guys.
Oh,
They're unconscious. I'd like to stuff their pockets and, take a hefty share for ourselves first. And then we'll send somebody to go grab the town guards and bring them and say, hey, we caught these guys. We came by here to, buy some stuff. And,
Okay.
These guys were trashing the place.
I like the way you think.
I like the idea, but I have one concern, and that's, does the town guard work for the same people that these dudes do?
Yeah.
Oh, worst case scenario, they're like, we're on it, and they take them away, and then they're free later. But it's not, at least it's
Well,
not burning down and killing them.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the wizard is clear already.
Yeah.
Unless we want to go chasing him in the sewers, and that sounds like a bad idea to me.
Yeah.
I will say now is probably a good time for a break. We're just past 11. So
Okay.
we'll take our first break of the night. And then from there, we'll see which direction you guys want to take.
Cool.
All right. Well, don't go anywhere. We'll be just a few minutes. Get ourselves some snacks and things. And when we come back, we'll see what they do with the unconscious bodies of Goff and Sops.
All manner of things.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
True.
we're back. Woo!
Hey.
Welcome back, everybody. With the second part of the night here. So, you guys followed up on the lead for Arthur and Boris. Learned that Jeremy frequented this rare herbs kind of potion, and you also see like a lot of just general herbs. It's like an apothecary type shop. But they also do potions as well. So you've got a lead that someone here would probably know about him. When following that lead up, and you asked the shopkeeper some questions, he proceeded to run away and call in the cavalry, which were the two thugs that were dealing with the old man before. Which you guys made short work of them. They are currently unconscious, and you are in the shop alone. You found a secret door that led to the sewers underneath the shop, and yeah, that's where we left, deciding on what we want to do.
We definitely need to like rob this place as hard as possible, because I think we're burning it down.
Robbing and questioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that we should probably leave the sewer so that once this place is on fire, nobody sees us leaving it.
It's not a terrible idea.
We won't necessarily have to go after the guy, but just, go into the sewer, find an exit, and dodge out.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea. Well, what all do we find to steal, Joe?
So there's tons of just random spell components. They're all not really laid out in a way that it'd be too easy for you to like transport large quantities, most of them, because most of them are just set up on these like little tiny broken out displays of just random powders. And if you like try to throw them in, they'd all get mixed. So the main things that would be worth stealing here definitely would be any of the like potion creating materials. So there's like a few like chemistry alchemy sets. Those are probably worth quite a lot. And then the tobacco is probably worth a lot. And a few of the spell components like individually are worth a lot. So that'd be kind of the main things you'd want to grab. Most of the shop is probably not really worth its weight or size.
Well, those things you just mentioned, we'll take.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So
Joe,
yeah,
and
whoever's running.
I will pack up as much of the smoking tobacco as I can in as many of pouches as I can find, and I will take the fanciest pipe that exists there, and I will also stuff that in my pocket.
Yep.
Okay.
I think we're all taking pipes. We're all taking pipe tobacco.
Yep.
And then
add 3 boxes of tobacco and 5 pipes to the party loot.
5 boxes tobacco. How many boxes of tobacco? Sorry.
3.
3. All right, and 5 pipes.
3 boxes of tobacco. And then do 2 alchemy sets. And I'll work out the details of like what individually those are worth. But those are a lot of different things. Then looking through probably what the most. Do any of you do a lot of, are any of you like apothecary type people that you would know? Like, because I'm guessing like you would obviously know the tobacco and the pipes are worth a lot, and it would be pretty easy to tell that the alchemy sets are. But then there's just piles of random ingredients all over the shop.
I suspect that we'd probably either try and pick things that look expensive or just pick things at random.
Right, yeah. So you'd probably pick a few things at random.
Yeah, anything that's not just kept out in the open and loose. Anything that's like in a box.
If you've got like a list of items, we can just roll a die on them and see what we each get.
Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna say you each grab a random sack of.
So Joe, if we got back into his office, surely he has a ledger or something there where he's keeping track of what he has.
You definitely can spend the time to go through that if you would like.
I would say let's look and see if he has a ledger back there for something, because if he does, he's probably going to have pricing for the items there.
Okay.
There's
So if we
using
look
your
at that,
noodle.
we'll probably know what's actually worth something.
Sure. So his office is kind of trashed a little bit at the moment. A lot of the papers have been thrown around. So it'll take a while to find the ledger, but you're definitely able to. And you start going through it, trying to match prices. He seems to have his own like system for the names. Give me just a intelligence test.
Ooh.
And this can be made by anyone reading the book.
Who has a better intelligence? Because I'm middling at best.
I sure don't, but if it's a free try, then costs nothing to try. Nine.
All right.
I got nothing on that. You're muted, Jake.
Jake.
Oh,
There we go.
Jake, read.
Yeah, I'll try and give it a
The rest
once
of us
over
are
again.
terrible.
So,
What are we rolling for?
This is an intelligence check to understand the ledger. So,
Oh.
because it doesn't seem to be labeled very well, there's like this weird set of numbers and letters and codes and things. So, after a bit, though, Jake, you look at the ledger and you look back at those shelves, and it seems that they are written down in the book by there's some sort of like sorting system that determines where in the shop that item is. And so there's like a code that determines like which shelf, which row, which run, like which shelf on the shelf, and then which spot in that. So there's like 5 sets of numbers for every single one of them. So for there, you're able to start going through and pick out. He doesn't really have prices though, like what you guys are kind of used to, because they're right off the bat. Just looking at him, he has them in like some of them look like they're a lot more expensive right away. But with your intelligence too, Jake, you catch that this isn't a very neatly ledger that he's keeping. So he doesn't have the same unit for all of the like the same size unit for all of his things. So something looks like, oh, that's really expensive, but oh, that's just a giant quantity of it. He usually gets like a huge amount of this. So a lot of the prices kind of look the same. And it's as you're reading through this, you hear the shop door open.
Oh dear.
And
Shall
I
we
imagine you guys
scurry?
are all back.
Thought about locking the door, and I didn't.
I'll head out there.
Okay. Yeah, because I imagine you guys are like all in the back looking at this, so you have the choice how you want to speed. So you walk out. Upon walking out, you can see down through the shelves. It looks like there's 3 people in kind of big puffy armor.
Maybe I'll turn around and head right back into the back room.
Okay.
Fucking guards are here. We gotta go.
Time to start the fire and leave.
Close the door, lock the door. and
I've
let's
got
do
some
it.
pittons too. We can pitten the door up.
Oh, there you go.
Close, lock, pitten. Let's start a fire in here, and then we're going to escape out through the sewer.
Okay. So, when the door closes, you hear the guards say like, "Oh, is there someone there?" But they're quickly like see the 2 people that you guys have like knocked unconscious out in the room. So they seem to be dealing with them. You guys were able to take the tobacco and the alchemy tools. You just didn't have time to like sift through all of the ingredients in the ledger to determine. But so yeah, you guys closed. You lock the door. You pitten it shut. There's plenty of paper and things in this room as kindling, so not a problem there for getting the fire started. It quickly just and spreads across the room. And you are able to get down. There's kind of like this ladder that's right next to the opening here. It's just like a cylindrical tube with a ladder in it, and then this wooden square tile kind of fits over the top of it. So you guys head down. I imagine the last person sets it on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Close the lid. You're now in the sewers.
Well, that's not exactly the plan, but okay.
It'll
I
do.
immediately look over at Jake and go, "Where's my ale?"
Right here. I'll hand him the pitcher. And if you'd like something easier to drink out of, I'll hand him an empty glass bottle.
Nope. I drink it directly from the pitcher, drink all of it, and then hand him the pitcher back.
Well, wow, that's you're a champion.
I just give him a pat on the shoulder as a thank you and start walking alongside everybody else.
All right. You do so. So yeah, you guys are down in the sewers. After you walk a little bit, there's not really many different directions to go at first. It just seems to kind of be one path. And because it looks like this, you notice like it seems very rough where you're at. Like it looks like it was kind of carved and dug out of the wall. And after you're leaving this hallway, it joins up with like the main sewer system. So it looks like the sewers were here first, and then they've dug kind of these little divots into different parts of the main walls of it, and made ladder systems to go up underneath certain buildings. So you
they've
can
added
imagine if you were wanting to find, it definitely like the stonework doesn't match. You know, like there's kind of laid stone tiles that go along the walls for the main part of it, but this is just like open rock, slate, and dirt. So you imagine if you were going to find other places that connected, like other buildings that they had in this network, they probably have like a similar hole. It would probably be pretty easy to tell like which parts were added on. You're not sure if CER is the only company doing that sort of thing, but you know that they have at least a few buildings that are linked like that. And then it's from this point where you come out and there's a left turn, a right turn. You're in this big sewer system. You can see it forks in 3 ways to your left, and it forks in 2 ways to your right.
Well, I know we're not specifically after the guy. I think we just kind of want to move a little ways away and then find a sewer lid that seems quiet and come out of it.
Well, we
Okay.
take left towards the 3, and we take the left most one of those 3.
I left the way you think.
Mhm.
Okay. So one thing you'll notice as you go to the left, it seems like running water gets a little bit louder. And then once you're in the 3, the water seems loudest by the leftmost.
Well, either that's a good
three-way
sign or a
intersection.
bad sign.
So the water's constantly getting louder as you're going this direction.
Well, go for a swim.
Which way is the water flowing as we're going to the left? Is it we're walking
along the
forward.
direction that you're going.
With us?
Yes.
Sorry, Mike. Sorry, people. I hit my microphone.
That's fine. So yeah, water's flowing with you as you're walking.
Okay.
And so you walk. As soon as you turn into like the left, it stinks for a little bit, and then it steps down a few times, and the water kind of slants evenly, but the ground doesn't. It kind of steps down. Continues to get louder, and towards the end of this tunnel, after it straightens out, you can see like a lot of reflections of the waves of the water hitting the ceiling. So it looks like there's some light source in the next room that's reflecting off of that.
Maybe we just found like a natural outlet or something.
And you continue down this step, and you come to what looks like just a big outlet. Like it's more like yellowy light. You can definitely tell it's the sun. and you come across it widens quite a bit bigger. You're in like this big, like semi circle of a shaped room. It widens out quite a bit, and the sound seems to be from like a few different places draining to this. There's kind of a bit of a waterfall of the sewer, um, but you're able to step down. The path leads you here, and there's a bunch of like metal grates, but they just seem to be designed to stop like boats or large objects from going through the water. They're definitely wide enough that you're able to walk through them. And it seems to spill out into more like the countryside on the other side of the wall.
Oh, good. Maybe. At least we won't be anywhere close to the fire we just started. So maybe we'll kind of lean out and peek around a little bit and make sure there's nobody there.
Okay. So you peek out. You do see countryside like through. As you peek out and you look around, you're in the moat of the. There's kind of like this. It's a river that runs like. So if you think about the main wall of the city is like this big circular section, there's a river that comes and hits and runs halfway around it, and then you are like in one part of this river now, and you're on the side that has the wall. So if you were wanting to get up, you would probably have to either swim across, or you're not sure how deep it is. It doesn't really look like this part of the river's meant for boats, because there's a pretty high bank on either side, and there's some bridges that go across. That's how you get into the city normally from land. But if you were wanting to like get up to normal land, you'd have to kind of scale along a wall here, farther up the river.
And you said there's some bridges around here too?
There are bridges, but they're much higher up. So you're a lot lower in kind of like the water level, and the bridges are way up.
Oh, I was curious just how way up would they be?
They're probably a good 80 feet above where you're at.
Oh, okay, that's probably too hard to get with a grappling hook.
Yeah, this river looks like it's been eroding along the side of this wall for a really, really long time. Like it's really sunk into this part, and it's almost like ravine-like. It's not quite deep enough to be considered a ravine, but it's definitely a pretty far drop.
We're not going diving.
We can always double back and see if there's some other way, or we can try and work our way through the river.
I'm cool with doubling back.
It's been a hard day for everybody so far. No need to go rapiding down the water.
Well spoken.
And maybe we take the next left on our way out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go down the center path of those three.
Okay. So you go down the center path. It kind of loops, snakes away. And then you meet up with another fork where it seems like you're coming out of a section that forked. So there's like two paths that are pretty close to the one that you come out, and then it goes straight ahead. So it's a decision if you want to like kind of turn around and go down one of the forks that came from where you came from, or if you want to go straight ahead.
Turn around
And the
and go
water
down.
is now flowing to your left. You imagine probably to your left it is more of the pathways that like meet up with that big drainage.
Okay.
Do we want to go straight across where we initially turn left? We can take that right. Take one of those two.
I guess so. Yeah. Maybe now that we're walking at them, we take the left one of it.
I like that.
Okay. So you go all the way back. Or
Have
are you
we,
seeing like you're backtracking to the original place where you had the choice between 3 and 2? Or are you heading straight ahead from where you were at?
Straight. So we go back to where we initially exited out that side tunnel,
Okay.
and then we go right now, and we go to
Okay.
that double split, and we take the leftmost of that split.
Okay. Great.
While we were
Yeah,
walking,
so,
did we notice any more rough cut spots?
you did not see any along
Okay.
here now.
Okay. I do want to be keeping an eye out if we can while we're walking.
Okay. So, you continue walking down. You go down this left. As you go left here, and you travel for a little bit more, the stone that you're walking on changes after a little bit, and it goes from, it goes to like slightly better condition. It seems like the tiles are laid a little bit nicer. And maintained and almost like even cleaned at some places. Like it looks like they're putting effort to upkeep this area. And after you've been walking through this bit for a little bit, you see what looks like it looks just kind of like some debris at first that's been pulled up. But after a little bit, it kind of looks like there's this little like hut that's built, like a few little houses made out of just like random pieces of wood and tarps and things.
You said there was more than one of these little huts.
Yeah, there's like a few little shanty houses that are built into the side here.
Well, let's keep our heads down and move past them. I'd hate to start a fight with some chuds.
Sure. So you keep your heads down. You are trying to just walk past it. As you pass the tent in the middle, you didn't really notice at first because you're in a sewer, but it smells particularly bad as you're passing by that one. And not like BO bad, more like rotting flesh bad. Like dead body bad.
Poke your head in there.
Pretty pungent smell.
Maybe I can try and take a sneaky peek.
Okay. Take a peek into this hut. You see a very old, dead man, and it looks like a lot of his body has been chewed away by some sort of like rodent. And he's just laying like dead in his cot.
Okay. Maybe I can take a quick look inside and see if there's anything that identifies him or.
You look around. You just see like a pile of clothes and just little things like that. But you don't see anything like you don't see any books or pictures, anything really identifying.
Nothing of any value either.
Not really. Just looks like probably a homeless person or a beggar or something that was down here.
Died and ate by the rats. All right. Well.
Yep.
Well, it seems like the guards don't come through here at least.
Probably not. And
So
while you're looking around, you don't hear anything in the other tents either. So it seems like they're probably empty.
does it any indication how he died? Any injuries or anything like that, or
Sure.
is it too hard
Give
to
me a. So he still has like. It doesn't look like he's been dead for a super long time. Most of the decay seems to just be from him being like nibbled on. But he still has like his eyes and like a lot of his skin intact. So you're able to check him. Give me that'd be an intelligence or a wisdom. I'll take either.
definitely doing wisdom. It's a straight up 9.
Straight up 9. You can't really tell. It's a few places that you look at, like maybe he was stabbed, but I don't know. Maybe it was just like a rat that kind of ate through him. It's hard to tell.
Maybe we'll check a couple more tents out here and see if they're filled with dead people also, or just vacated. Or
Okay. Yeah, you
maybe
check
look
the other
for
tents.
some
They're
blood
empty.
spray around in them.
Yeah, you check the other tents. They're empty. They seem to not be. You don't see like piles of stuff in any of the other ones though. They like seem empty.
Hmm. Well, that's peculiar.
Yeah. People, usually if there's free real estate, there'll be someone in it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, do we continue on?
Unless these are maybe like a temporary use sort of thing.
Maybe.
If the CR is trapping people, maybe they put them in here for a minute and then move them somewhere else.
That's an idea. All right. We ready to move on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you carry on. A little bit after it changes back on the opposite side of the stream, you see one of those dug-in passages.
Do we check this out or do we find a manhole or some shit to go up?
Well, unless we're itching for a fight, I suggest we find him in.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious to see which direction it goes. So maybe we can figure out, what building it might go to once we come out on a manhole. But
Sure.
other than that,
Yeah,
don't think
it
I'll
seems
go
to be
down there.
dug pretty much straight in. Like it dug. It goes like straight into the wall and then changes just slightly, but it pretty much is like perpendicular to the path that you guys are going.
I do have a thought. Maybe I can count, like, use my like 10-foot pole, count how far down I get to it, like end over end. That way we can measure how far it is.
Sure.
We don't need to like spell it out.
Like
but-
how deep that like wooden or how deep the dugout part of it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
'Cause
you're
then
able
if
to
we
do
can-
that.
We can maybe approximate it from the sewer once we're on the surface and then like go to the building.
Yeah. And there are like the occasional drains here and there, so but none of them are like connected to a ladder just yet. But yeah, it does seem like most of these sewer paths kind of follow pathways above, like roads and streets. So you go down this and you measure it out. Seems to be about like 120 feet, approximate.
Okay.
Yeah, you do so. And then at the end of that, there's a ladder that goes up. But it's very dark once you're back there.
I don't want
Kinda-
to do any more than that.
Okay.
We'll keep on looking for a manhole.
Yeah.
All right. So, from there, you continue straight. There is a fork to the left and the right.
Shall we keep on lefting?
Yep.
You head left for a little ways, and you see it gets a little bit brighter for a bit, and you see a more well-maintained ladder that's not dug into the wall, that seems to be like deliberately placed there. It looks like it connects to a normal city manhole.
Okay, maybe I'll go up and listen up real quick.
All right. You put your ear to it. You hear just like a lot of noise. Like, your guess is that this is probably like being traveled right now. There's probably like carriages or people, like probably opens up in the middle of the city, and it's probably gonna be pretty noticeable if you come out of it.
Shoot. Whether we keep looking for another one or we wait till nightfall in the sewer.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
We're going to smell so bad no matter what we do, though.
We know where this one is. Maybe we could keep looking for another one, and if we don't find it, we come back.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys make a note of this. As you go straight, it goes pretty far without forking. It seems like the farther away from that big drain by the river, the less it forks. and there is just really long stretches of straightaways that slowly kind of steep up. And you get the sense that as you get farther into the city, there's just like a whole bunch of really straight lines for the sewers that drain into like a more complicated waterway. So, and also you get the sense that like where it's forking a whole bunch, that's a much older part of the sewers, and it seems to kind of be newer construction as you're going farther in this direction. But it's just another few, probably another like 10-minute walk from where you guys are at now that you find another sewer manhole, this time on the other side of the street, or the other side of the water. And you put your ear up to it. Still a little bit chaotic, but much quieter than the previous one.
I'll go for it.
Maybe we can, give it a crack and try to peer around it a little bit. And
Okay. Give me a luck check.
Where is that on the sheet? Somebody rolled it earlier and it was all nice and fancy, and I don't see it on mine. So we'll just as pass.
Pass. Okay. So you pop the lid up, and it seems shady, and like there's not direct sunlight, and you look around, and it looks like you're underneath a carriage. It seems like there's plenty of clearance for you to get up, but the carriage is like obscuring the vision of this pothole a little bit. So
Does
you may
the
have a
does the bottom of the carriage look fancy as fuck?
not particularly. It's the bottom of a carriage.
Just want to make sure now we're coming out in the royalty town.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, you don't get that sense.
Well, do we try and sneak on out of here?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are able to pop up. You're kind of hidden a little bit by this carriage as you're all crawling out, and you're each able to like roll out on that side. So pretty much everyone like on the opposite side of the street doesn't really see you.
Perfect.
And then looks like there's just a few people. There's like a group of kids that are running through. They see you guys getting up, but they don't really notice anything, or they don't really like say anything. They just continue to play. And there's like one old man. Yeah. And then there's like an old man on a walk, and he sees you guys, but he doesn't seem to stop you or say anything. No guards, nothing like that.
Perfect. I call this
You
good
guys are
enough.
up on the surface.
Do we see the smoke from our fire?
Oh, that's a good question.
You do not.
Either they're really good at putting out fires, or I'm not sure what.
Yeah. Maybe we're far away.
Well, is there somewhere else we want to go to? Now that we've made enemies of the CER for sure.
Let's go get a fucking bath.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably
you
not a
guys
bad
all
idea.
smell not great.
Yeah.
Smell like a smell like a apothecary that got set on fire, and sewers and dead bodies. So
Business as usual.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty spot on.
We're professionals.
Yeah.
it takes a little bit for you guys to get your bearings because you haven't been at this exact part of the city yet, but you're able to you start seeing streets you recognize. Make your way back, and you make it all the way back to the inn.
Cool.
We'll get the
Showered
finest
up.
bath and laundry service.
Oh
Yeah.
They definitely have like a little bath partition in the back of the tavern for that. They've got 2 barrels for it, so
Oh my goodness.
fancy, a double. Yeah, you guys are able to wash up. back in town. Probably this time it's probably close to like 4, almost 5.
We could make a trip to the school if we want to still, or I mean, CER is pretty much out of themselves.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, we have to.
we have. And I'm just curious who all knows. What's the name of this place we're at? It's not the Hewed Inn, is it?
No, you're not at the Hewed Inn.
Yeah.
I think I get where you're getting at, though. I mean, we need to find somewhere else to stay for the night.
Yeah. It may not be a terrible
I think I
idea.
wrote down the name of it last time.
It's the Horn Pub.
Oh, the Higgs Inn. Higgs Inn.
Okay.
That's right. Yep. You were at the Higgs Inn.
Yeah. Maybe we get cleaned up, settle any tabs we got, and then find us a new inn to crash at for the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
While I'm taking my bath, is there any way that I could try to analyze the 3 potions that I snagged earlier?
Sure. Let's pull up.
Without drinking them.
Yeah.
It's the best way.
Or I suppose I could make a badger drink them. That's a
Right.
solid plan right there.
Unless one of these potions is like super strength and rabies.
Yeah. Both.
One is purple and one is orange.
Stuff.
Shit.
Be the first one to give them the purple and orange serum.
Yeah.
Huh. It has a percentage to get a potion randomly, but it doesn't have like a list of what potions can be.
Well,
Let's
awkward.
Make it up.
Yeah.
You get
Potion
3
of long
random
toes.
effect.
You get 3 what?
3 potions of random effect.
There you go.
Yeah. Basically.
I like the
Throw it.
long toad potion.
Might heal them. It might explode them. Might melt them. Might turn them into a badger.
It might. Ooh. Potion of were-badger.
Hopefully not.
Those badger claws, after all.
There you go.
One of them just makes you extremely aroused for several hours.
Oh, you should call your doctor if it lasts more than 4, though.
Yeah. Let's see if it's in this one. Potion.
You look on the bottles. One of them is labeled just "Potion of Spanish Fly."
Oh, no.
The warning that says "Use sparingly." 60% of the time, works 100% of the time.
Potions. There we go. Give me 3d100.
Alrighty. Let's roll these one at a time. There's the first one, 83.
Okay.
Nice grouping, Joe.
All right. 8, 3, 3. And then I imagine you spend some time to figure these out. So let me. You have a potion of longevity.
Oh,
Clairaudience. I don't know what the hell that is. And growth.
okay.
Ooh,
Told you. But seriously, do seek attention if it lasts more than 4 hours.
Yeah, what would this be?
It'd be great if you took the growth portion and you just grew like a gigantic mustache.
It's those long toes.
So, oh,
Yeah, really, you got vitamins, Claritin, and Viagra.
Wow. That's
so Joe, what I'm hearing is
know what-
we all currently live in an age of magic.
Sort of. Some.
Because I can
A lot
buy all
here.
the potions over the counter today.
Mhm.
Be great.
Oh, you mean like currently? Yes.
Yeah, in real life, your girlfriend comes
Oh, yeah.
over, you're like, just go dig out of the cabinet for my potion of growth.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this guy's weird.
Yeah, you can add those to your character sheet.
He's weird, but I'll give him at least 4 hours.
I have no idea what this first potion is. I feel like it's really good, and that's why it's in the 1 to 3.
potion of machine gun.
Or it's
The
really
longevity.
bad.
The drinker of this potion becomes younger by 1d10 years.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Player audience. That's what I think it is. This potion enables the drinker to hear sounds in another area through the ears of a living creature in that area up to a maximum of 60 feet away.
That's pretty cool.
Don't use it in the whorehouse.
Or do.
Or do
It's
for
me
some
again, Margaret.
wild entertainment.
Be a listening Tom.
And then growth is you become twice the normal height and 8 times the normal weight. All your equipment grows with you. You have the strength of a stone giant, but you can't throw rocks like one. And you get +5 on attack and damage rolls.
Damn.
Wow.
You know what that is, Jake? That's Potion of America.
Yeah.
Give it
So
to your
you
halfling
potion
so
of,
they become
emergency
regular
Take
America.
that. You take that potion and then you unleash some fucking freedom on someone.
Gonna liberate these bitches.
I'm gonna liberate you from your lives. Oh yeah.
Or just have a 12-foot dwarf stomping people with an axe.
You're all screwed.
Well,
man.
it said twice the height, right?
Yeah.
So the height of a
so-
normal man.
Yeah. Just a
again.
very thick lad.
But to your halfling, and I become a fulling.
I'd be yeah,
Yeah.
but Joe, I'd be the size of the height of a normal man, but I'd weigh 1,000 pounds.
Right. You're a very
You'd basically be
dense-
wide Putin walking into a room with an axe.
I would literally be a bear. Imagine
That's
walking
fun.
into a bar fight like that. You take the potion, you're like, you're all fucked.
People would just be looking at it like, Jesus Christ, what the hell's going on?
And then all of a sudden you pick them up and throw them into the ground like the Hulk.
Or that's the first thing you drink in a drinking contest.
There you go.
Drinking just
Yeah.
makes me thirstier.
But your axe also doubles in size. So I'd have like a double size battle axe.
All right. So, what are you guys wanting to do for the rest of the day?
I don't know.
I'm not
Find
really
a
sure
badger.
what
to give
else
that
we should
potion
do.
to.
What was that?
I said find a badger to give the growth potion to.
Oh,
God.
yeah.
I don't know. My big thing would just be finding a new inn to stay in,
Okay.
just in case people know we're here.
Should I
Jake.
be going to talk to a guy?
Yeah, so there
No.
is that.
Yeah.
One other thing. So when you're identifying these potions, you're like looking through them. Maybe you're comparing them with like your spellbook notes. You're going to you like put one away, you put the second one away. You turn to grab the third, and as you turn back to your bag to put this one away, you catch out of like the corner of your eye a silhouette of a figure, and it looks like they're pulling their hand away from your bag.
Rat Man.
No, 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 no,
You-
no, 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 no,
You
rat
go to look at them.
man.
There's no one there.
I wonder if
I'm getting the hell
invisible
out of
dude
this bag.
followed us.
That would be unfortunate.
Fight him, man.
I can't punch him. He's not there anymore.
Fight him naked.
Give me my potion of growth. Quick.
Really puts a new meaning to grower, not a shower.
Grower and then a shower.
There you go.
Well, have things been liberated from his bag? I guess is the question.
So
Yeah, I'm checking all my stuff.
when you
and just-
like look to your side, you don't see anyone there. The door's still closed. You don't see anyone in the room with you.
Yeah, I guess I'll try and
Grab
wipe
your
all the
bag
suds
wade
off
out
and
into
get
the
out.
middle of the water in the bath.
Splash water everywhere in the room.
Yeah.
So imagine you're going through your pack now. After you get out, checking everything. Why don't you check your bag?
What?
Check your bag.
Yeah, I will. I will check my bag. Make sure nothing's stolen.
Those
You can
medallions
missing.
are gone.
To the what?
The
Read it.
medallions. Oh, what are we reading? Loot?
Jake's
Oh, our
equipment.
Okay. This is only on Jake's sheet then.
Maybe I need to refresh because
If it's in the journal tab up top.
oh, I've been keeping track on my stuff.
No,
Oh,
it's
not doing anything.
should be on your character sheet.
He reverse stole
fuck?
from you, man.
Hold up. All right, there. Yeah, I'm gonna check out. There's something seeming to be stuck between my lantern and my lantern oil.
It's a fucking bomb. Stuck a claymore in there.
Oh,
No.
So
no.
you're looking through your stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking through my stuff and I see this thing. Now, when you say this thing, is it like a real one of those or
no,
like a fake
appears
toy one of those?
more like a fake toy. So
Okay, good.
look through your stuff, and you see it's almost like a rubber duck, but it's like very dense. It's not like inflatable where you can like squeeze it and it makes a sound. It's just like solid rubber, and its eyes are concave in a way that it looks like they're tracking you because they're like, if you've ever seen like a painting where the eyes are like the inside of a circle, and you like look at them, it looks like they track you. That's what the eyes look like on this thing. It's like a flat head with a beak, and it's got these two eyes, and it seems to track you as you look at it.
This is bizarre and terrifying, but the first order of business for you, friend, once I'm done with my business, is you need a hat. And I'll put the dense rubber duck back into my supplies pouch and finish up.
Okay, you do so.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I think that drives home even more that I want to find us a new inn to stay in.
Sure. Yeah. Are you telling the shopkeep or the innkeeper that
No, I would just tell them that, hey, we need to move on. If we've got any tabs, settle it. I don't want to
So-
tell them we're going to a rival business
Because-
or anything.
So you guys did pay in advance for like the rest of the week.
Maybe we'll actually, never mind. Maybe we'll just keep that reservation on file.
And we'll just not show up.
Yeah. That way he still has record like, oh yeah, they're staying here.
Yeah, I think the next like 3 days you guys had paid for.
You know, and if we need to come back and recuperate here, we can.
Absolutely.
Maybe we can do one of the old, rig up a body looking shape in the beds.
That's a good idea. Let's do that before we leave.
All right.
That way we can see if, straw versions of us get murdered or not.
Yeah.
Stuff
Yeah.
some with, vials of acid and gunpowder.
Mhm. Yeah,
We'll rig them with claymore mines.
Bluey.
it worked against the ring wraiths.
It'll work here too.
totally.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah,
We just go
you
full
guys
Home
are
Alone and have
able to
like
do that.
tar traps and feathers in front of fans or something.
There we go.
Mhm.
How about just bear traps?
Yeah.
Pure bear traps.
The
Medieval
best Home Alone movie.
But like perched on a string above the door. So when they open the door, a bear trap just swings into their face.
Dear owner,
See the one where
whatever
Kevin
you
got
do-
back from the war and was all alone and he just set bear traps everywhere? It's my favorite Home Alone.
That's great.
Dear tavern owner, whatever you do not go in there.
Yeah.
We do not need our sheets cleaned.
That's it. All right. We'll set
Absolutely.
up the decoys and go find us a new inn.
Okay. You guys do so. Spend some time too. It's around the time that you'd be returning to your room, so
Yeah.
nothing weird.
We are well on our way to burning every bridge in this town. Good job,
Yeah.
guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you pack things in. You're able to make it look like there's people sleeping in those beds. Upon like first glance, or when it's dark, looks very passable. So from there, you guys go out. The other inn nearby, or one of the other inn options that you know of that's not the Hewed Inn, unless that's where
Yeah.
you want to stay.
No.
There is the Bows Inn.
Sure.
All right. Or actually, this will be Bows Tavern. It's just B-O. Bow. So at Bows Tavern,
I feel like
it's a little bit smaller.
Than joke here somewhere.
There is, yeah.
Okay.
But at this tavern, it's a little bit smaller than the other one. Not quite as popular. But not dead by any means. There's definitely people here still. There's still food, good stuff.
Okay.
You show
Yeah.
up. It's pretty late at this point. But yeah, you're able to get rooms. Same kind of sizes too. So I believe you guys were like each 2 to a room last time.
I think so. That sounds right.
That'd probably be wise again.
Yeah.
Yep. So you do that. All right. Then anything you guys are doing before ending the day?
I kind of want to
Let me get my book back.
Oh, will we have time for
Yeah.
that?
There is you'd have time. You imagine Ingram's probably still awake. He doesn't have normal shop hours, and that's kind of where he's living. So
All right. Well, I
Imagine
can
you
go there and get your
tracking
book
down
back.
there.
That means we'll probably have to pay him back too.
Yeah. or
I've
start
got just a
another
thing to pay him
fire.
with. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Oh no, you're gonna kill him.
I mean, that probably
Maybe.
wouldn't be a bad thing at the end of the day. It just alters the timeline forever. Yeah.
Jake's
All
gonna
right.
give him potion of growth.
So you guys make it back to the church that's converted into the library. You walk in, the librarian perks up a little bit. Is like, are you guys here for Ingram again?
Yup.
Yeah, well, he's
Books
where
are
he
great
usually
and all.
is.
Joe,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hang back with the librarian.
Okay.
While everybody else goes looking for Ingram, I'm going to hang back with the librarian and ask him if he has any books on dwarvish stories and such.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, you ask them.
Kind of
They're like,
wander off
"Oh."
and distract him for a while.
Like we don't have too many of those like edge fables, but I imagine we have a few. So unfortunately, the majority of our stock is still just religious texts and things. But I've been trying to ever expand our options here at this library. I believe we did get a few books like that recently. Let me go check. And then they run off. They seem very excited. Um, and then they come back and they have two books that look pretty different than the other ones on the shelves. One of them has some like runes and sigils and things that definitely look like dwarven architecture that you'd be used to seeing and how they construct their towns and their cities. And then the other one seems to not be written by like a dwarf, but it's like a collection of just random dwarven lore and some old stories from another perspective of another culture in the area. And there's like these are really the only two things I have, but feel free. Gives them each to you.
Excellent. I'll kind of I'll try and continue distracting the library and just like, what do you know of the lore of my people and things like that? Have you read much of it or anything like
Oh,
that? Kind of start flipping through some of the pages with him and
Yeah.
kind of pointing out the inconsistencies here or there, or pointing out
Absolutely.
where like there are things that are correct, things like that.
They're definitely the type that's like pretending like they know absolutely everything, and then and if you ever like catch them that they're absolutely wrong, they're like, oh well, I just heard that from someone else, but, that type. But yeah, they're definitely like very intrigued by that. You're able to tie them up as long as you attempt to. Like no problem. They seem
I kind of wander off with him, putting an arm around his shoulder, like, "Do you smoke pipes, my boy?"
And they're like, well, I tend not to around the books, but
Do you have?
That's why
do
you
have
need a
an
pipe
outside-
with a long stem.
Yeah. Do you have an outside courtyard where maybe we might sit down and talk a wee bit?
oh, absolutely. There's there used to be the courtyard for this church out back, and so there's like a nice. It's more overgrown. It's not quite as well maintained as it used to be when it used to be a church, but
I'll let him kind of lead me off towards the courtyard as the rest of the group goes after Ingram.
absolutely. So same thing. Guys head down. Super neat, or narrow, and steep staircase down. You still see the lights of random changing things that he's got going on in his room. You knock. You hear the scurrying of a badger on the other side, and him approach the door. And you hear him like start to say it's a little bit late, and opens. And he sees you guys and like, oh, you, and I don't know you. And he points at Jake.
Yeah, but you asked to meet him.
Oh, is this your dead? Well, not dead, but is this your? You touched the book.
Our book friend.
Your used to be and soon to be possibly dead friend.
You're the book
Yeah.
guy, correct?
Yeah, it's causing
I
him
am.
some problems.
Oh, I would love if you would tell me all about them. And there's a few experiments I'd like to perform if you have time.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Let's step inside and get cracking.
All right. And he's like, come. And, very excitedly, and he like pulls a chair out and like pats it a few times. There's just a ridiculous amount of dust that comes off of it. He's like, sit here, please, and beckons for you. And he's like, was there a reason? Like, was there anything else you guys were needing?
No.
I mean, we
Okay.
mostly just kind of brought him here because you wanted us to.
Fantastic. Well, I have not completely decoded the book. I've made a little bit of progress on it. I am still working on a few other things. It's not the only thing on my plate, but I have made some steps to I've made more progress on the papers that are outside of the book than I have from within it, but there's a few spells I extracted that I didn't have access to before, so good things there. But yes, so I don't know anybody that has touched the book, then died, then come back. So how are you feeling?
Clean. I just had a bath, and also dirty. I just sat in some. Well, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. Do you ever think about the book? Like, has it talked to you ever?
It did before I died. Yes.
Oh, okay. Um, did it seem hostile or inviting?
Rather inviting, actually.
Ah, okay. So, it sort of it depends on the person that grabs it, but sometimes it can tell if the wearer's not going to work out in the long run, and it'll be much more upfront about the more unsavory aspects of its parasitic siphoning magic, the nasty stuff. But if you are someone that may be compatible over time, uh, they tend to be much more friendly up front, and you may even sort of benefit, although it's usually in the book's favor. But that's good. That's great to hear that it asked you on a more friendly term. Has it talked to you at all since you've woken back up?
No, not that I recall. No.
Hmm. Okay. What happens if we place you in proximity of the book? And then he walks over to the table, and he like looks around really quickly, and he picks up like two other books with his hands and uses them as like tongs, and transfers the book over to like a little stool, and then he picks the stool up and slides it over to you. And he's like, "How does that make you feel?" And he's just kind of staring at you. And you don't really feel anything. You just see this book.
Well, I feel like I'm sitting in a chair next to a stool with a book on it.
And he walks over next to you. He's like, "So you don't feel any like connection, like it calling out again? Like it just looks like a book to you right now?"
Yes, well, it's certainly not like many other books, but it's very book-like in its presentation.
Jake, make a dexterity save.
All right. Oh boy, that's just going to be a flat D20 for me. Oh boy.
Jake, he grabs your hand and touches it to the book.
Oh dear.
Immediately upon doing so, the eye opens wide and wildly flicks around and then focuses back on you. And you're brought back into almost like it's strange because you're seeing two things at once. You're seeing that vision that you remember of just the book, but you still see the room around you, but it's kind of tunnel visions in a little bit. And you just hear the voice of the book say, "So you're back." And he pulls your hand away. It's like, "What about now? Did it talk to you?"
No. I haven't really had a chance to do anything with the book for a long period of time like I did last time. Last time I even worked out like
Oh,
a little
sure.
communication.
Right. Needs more time. Um, you should keep this, but don't leave town.
Well, I've got business in town for quite a long time, so
Excellent.
I don't think that'll be a problem.
Okay.
Nice.
And he's going to lean in for a second and strokes his beard for a little bit. And he pinches you on the ear. He says, "Just in case." And you feel a burn.
Ow.
Do we see any
Yeah.
marks on his ear now?
As he pulls his hand away, you see like this red imprint where his thumb was. And then it quickly fades away.
What
What's
was
that?
that?
Well, it's in case you leave town.
What do you mean?
I'll know.
Is that all? Like his head isn't going to explode on us or something?
Oh, no. You're much too valuable for that. Oh, I'll just find you.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That's all it does.
Yeah, nothing to worry about.
Yes, not a problem.
I just can't let this opportunity pass up. My current thesis doesn't really delve into these things, but my next one will. So I very much am interested in all this. But yeah, you can have your book back, and tell me everything it says.
Will do.
And you two, tell me if he dies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
There's a good chance that we're all going to die before too long here. So, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
He's like, well, as long as he dies, we'll work it out. And then with that, it's like this-
Since I have you here, you are a magician, yes?
well, I don't like that word. It's rather derogatory, in fact, but yes, of sorts.
Would you happen to have any spell books handy?
None at the moment. Not here. Typically, I don't keep much on my hand. Are you needing one like to record things in, or?
Well, I was more thinking of trying. I'm something of a budding sorcerer myself, and I was hoping to have a little something to kind of keep me safe on these dangerous streets. Things are a bit rowdier here than I was truly expecting. So if I'm going to be here for a while, I was hoping to maybe get a little something with some oomph. So just,
Oh yes. Let me see what I have. And he runs off. He's like, I do have a few loose things. And he is going to run off.
Here's a book. It has one spell in it. Spell of pants wetting.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Between this and my charisma mod, I'll be sure to get out of any fight.
Oh my gosh. That's fantastic. Spell of, you pissed yourself.
Please have mercy on my pissy pants.
But how can you fight me when you're too busy urinating?
That's it.
Oh, no.
That's it.
Oh, and then he runs away.
Trying to.
You have chosen the wrong opponent this day.
It just says like there's like a random chart for levels, but it just says like that is the level of the spell. Doesn't say like what the spells are. Unless I'm past it already. That's the monster section.
Spell
So in
of
the
magic
main
hurting.
rule book now. Rolls. Spells.
Perhaps
Jake,
there's a
you're a
spell.
magic user, yeah?
Yep. So in part 3 spells, page 16, they should have some just first level magic user spells.
The spell of hitting
16.
yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got
Okay.
what do they got?
First
Magic
level
missile,
magic user.
sleep.
Level 3 spell of nut crushing.
It's an intense
Do
spell.
you have magic missile already?
I do not.
Okay, so he would come back with a page with magic missile on it.
It's a good choice.
Cool.
Nice. That's a good spell.
I think I'll spend the next little while then copying the spell from his spell book into mine so that I can learn magic missile later.
Nice.
Awesome. You are able to do that.
You're a wizard, Garvey.
Yeah.
This Ingram fellow seems like a decent chap.
Oh, he's definitely like. There's a few off-putting vibes you get every now and then, but most of the time he seems very friendly. Like anytime you get like a weird vibe from him, it doesn't seem malicious in any way. It just seems like really curious. Like
Yeah.
Well,
Curiosity.
yeah. Yeah, you definitely get the sense that he's a well-intentioned person until his curiosity gets the best of him. So you're able to get that. Was there any other questions that you had for him?
Nope, that was about it.
Okay.
Well, unless he's got some neat tricks to help us with some pesky people.
Anything you wanted him to like look at?
I don't think we found anything other than, I guess, our alchemy sets and stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we just need to find a buyer. And you already got our spells identified, or our potions.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think we got anything else particularly exciting since we didn't get any components lifted.
Yeah. Just need to find a buyer for alchemy kits and tobacco.
Additional tools. Come in.
Oh, I'm keeping the tobacco.
No, just alchemy kits then.
I mean,
We
this will
basically
last.
have a lifetime supply of tobacco, I think.
So you tell him. So you guys have 2 herbalist kits, which are both worth 10 gold pieces.
I mean, if he's willing to buy them, that gets him off our hands really quickly.
Yeah, he would. He'd buy them for 10 each.
Nice.
So
Easy
I
20 gold.
definitely- I could use one of these. I have plenty of people in my circle that could use them.
All right, I'll throw it in our party loot.
Nice.
Sweet. All right.
We got some cheddar in there.
Yeah.
Yep, we might need to actually divide it up here soon or something.
Yeah.
Anything else you want from him, or any other questions, or anything like that?
I
Not
don't
that I can
know
think of.
anything.
Okay.
I think it's back to the inn and then see who comes to kill
Yeah.
us tonight.
Yeah.
With that, he says like, "Thank you for stopping by, and I hope to check in on you probably here in the next few days and see how the book is doing." So, well,
Sure.
and you as well, but you know what I mean.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And he then like kind of gestures to the door and goes over and starts feeding his badger.
Okay.
All right.
So you guys pop up, reconvene with Eddie, I imagine.
Yep.
Who out there. And yeah, you guys are able to go back to the inn. Stay the night.
Nice.
And that's probably a good place for us to wrap tonight's session.
I think so. All right.
So, anyone do anything once they get to the inn?
I think I maybe just kind of want to, put a little stuff around any doors and windows to help, make some
I
noise.
will actually get some food and something to drink for myself.
That's what I would be doing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
You said
food
put stuff
first.
around the doors and windows,
Yeah.
Of our
Okay.
rooms. Yeah.
just to make sure, like, if someone were to intrude.
Yeah.
Chop them up a
All
little
right.
bit. I can maybe do both rooms.
Cool.
You do so. Jake, you get some food in you. You feel a lot better. You got like a little bit of an adrenaline rush when you got back with the book. So you're feeling pretty good. Much better than you felt too. you've kind of felt like a little bit groggy from the whole resurrection thing, but you feel back to your old self, if not better, once you met back up with this book.
Got some pep in your step.
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
Sure. So
Standard.
you guys go to sleep. Nothing
Hope we
eventful
wake
happens.
up in the morning.
Cool.
Jake, just as you're about to close your eyes and you're drifting off, the last time that you blink your eye before you go to sleep, it looks like there's someone standing at the end of your bed, but then you're out.
It's not creepy at all.
Not even a little.
So the real question is, who's sharing a room with Jake?
It's up to you guys.
It's Eddie.
Danny.
I'm snoring in the corner with like one of my pouches of tobacco just sitting on my chest. And my pipe falling
Breathing
out.
in that aroma all night.
You can smell the cherry.
All right. So what are you planning on doing for next session? So I get that written down.
Well, we got the
Bose
path
Tavern.
in the
Yeah, that
sewer.
the other one that we identified.
I don't know. I'd be kind of in favor of the sewer because I think that leads us closest to finding this kid. I mean, our other options are try and find his the dude he was working for, the intern.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'd be down for exploring that other path.
Yeah, I feel like we've kind of blown our ability to operate freely in the city.
I think we have.
So our other option is really just go get a job and get out of here and go with another expedition.
Yeah. We
I
do
Or
that.
just
just-
lay low for a couple of days and then spring into action.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd be down. I'm still interested in finding this kid, but
Yeah.
if you got a
we
strong
gotta-
argument against it, I could be swayed.
Also, I don't know why, but recreational thieving made me think of maybe we wait for nightfall and then we just go rob these buildings that are attached to it.
Well, we keep forgetting, by the way, guys. I mean, if we run into one person, we do have that skull.
Oh yeah, just swap there. Of course, we don't
Yeah.
know what's. Do we know what spirits in the skull?
No,
Know that
Nope.
it wants out.
You have not. The only time you've communicated with it,
When it was in
it
Chuck's
was
body.
in Chuck's body, and it was doing its best to pretend to be Chuck. So you haven't
Oh yeah.
talked to it when it knows that you know the jig's up. So you've never talked to him.
boy, if only we could have done that with one of those guys we had tied up earlier.
Yeah, those guards
Oh
kind of
man.
threw a wrench in our play.
Yeah,
That's all right. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still cool with exploring the sewers, but I don't want to. If you all got a good idea, I'm also cool following along.
I'm kind of in line on the sewers as well, but just because I don't want us to be, I don't want CR looking for us on the streets and then causing all sorts of ruckus because of it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You too cool with that?
Oh yeah.
All right,
Especially if
so you're
the
heading into
guards
the
are,
sewers.
Yeah. Check out that side path. See if we can find out where it goes.
Okay. Side path.
Next time we run into those guards, though, I am going to kick them in the balls until they die.
Yeah. I'd imagine
Yeah.
they're probably looking for us, so it may not be that tough.
Mm-hmm. Goff and Sops are still alive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need to recover some health.
Get one for
And
sleeping.
you get one for sleeping. Yeah, I need some too.
Except for whoever has the pendant. They get a hit die.
Yeah, which I
Ooh.
have. I have it right now.
You know, if we're still down in the morning, maybe we should find a temple to get healed up and then go explore the sewer.
Yeah, it's not
Yep,
a bad
there's
idea.
definitely services like that.
Yeah, and we already took him a book.
Temples allow you to regain your burnt luck too, unless it conflicts with your character, and then there's other ways to do it.
Yep, and we technically already took him a book and got a resurrection there, so we've got a relationship with him.
Oh, that's
Yep.
true.
Yep, they already know you.
Joe,
seem
we took
cool enough.
a short sword and a hammer
Yes. Yes.
and a pair of boots from those two idiots.
Yes.
I'm thinking we just sell the short sword and the hammer.
I'm cool with that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be.
Do you want that to go to party inventory, or you want that for yourself, Eddie?
Nah, I can just go to party.
Okay, we can do the bookkeeping on it later then.
Yeah, we'll do it later.
Yeah.
Short sword is 6 gold,
Oh, okay, I'll put it in here now then.
and the hammer he's using is 5 gold.
Okay,
Cool.
done and done.
My intention for the boots was if we run across some people that are destitute and need shoes, I was going to give them the boots.
Absolutely.
Still do that.
Yeah, they're not bad boots
The
by any
idea.
means.
I love the idea of like these two idiots running around barefoot and then they see some poor person walking around. in
Oh
their-
no.
That's how you get 2 homeless people killed. Thanks.
I was gonna say, yeah, I thought we were being nice. We're just playing mind games.
I'm just fucking with them.
That's fantastic.
I feel like I had experience. I don't know if we did experience last time or this time.
No, haven't.
Or did we even get
Forgot
any?
about that.
I have no idea.
You should have. Yeah, we need to calculate experience for the last few times actually.
We can do that
We can do that on
later
stream.
too.
We'll do that
Doesn't
on
need to be on the
screen.
stream.
Yeah, you guys are probably going to be able to level up. Maybe
Oh, kick ass.
twice.
That's what I was hoping for. It's like I think we're gonna need some extra
Yeah,
help here.
You've had a lot of encounters since last time I thought about
Yeah.
experience. I keep forgetting to do
Oh.
that.
I'll get more hit dice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
get
probably
more
just give
HP.
you guys like, I'll look through. I need to remember like the scaling of experience, but I'll just say it's like a flat 1,000 or something like that. Whatever makes
Okay.
sense.
You just do milestone and forget counting shit. That's what I do.
Well, people level up at.
Everybody levels up differently.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
Otherwise,
about that
I would be
this
doing
game.
milestone.
Yeah,
But because different
right.
classes scale differently, and it wouldn't.
that's
Like
true.
if you played as like a thief and you were leveling at the same rate as other people, you'd be very underpowered compared
Yeah.
to,
It's
especially
just-
because the thief
it's-
has, like you have mechanics that are based off of the level difference sometimes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep. The faster I can level up, the better.
right. So
Cool.
yeah, so we'll figure that all out before next time.
I think I'm already a level higher than everyone as is.
Say I'm
so
level 2. What are you?
I'm already level 3,
Oh shit. We'll go you.
but I also have 13 HP.
Say level 2. I have 14. So okay.
Yeah.
There's a trade off.
Yeah. But all
Cool.
right, so yeah, you guys are going to investigate the sewers. Hopefully, find more leads on where Jeremy may be held.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll be doing that next time.
We'll
So-
just slowly destroy the CER from the inside out.
At least parts of it. So yeah, what do we have going on this week? What's on
So yeah,
the-
here in Defenders, Saturday, 1 p.m. Central, Forbidden Lands. We're getting back into it. Sunday night, I'll be hanging out over on Steam, Steel, and Murder for some Shadowrun. Monday night, I think that's a flood night, which means if it is, Dan, Joe, and I will be rocking out on the Lollygaggers playing things from the flood.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it is.
Then Wednesday night, we're going to be continuing our Pathfinder 2 adventure, Little Trouble in Big Absalon. Friday night, we'll be back with All Fear the Ishtar, our alien campaign. The next Saturday, Danger Strangers on Goodman Games.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. If you're in America, have a good 4th of July. So that's coming up pretty soon. That's like Saturday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
America. Woo.
America. Fuck yeah.
Stay safe and have a good one.
There it is.
Later.
Thanks, everybody.
There's the button to quit. End.